Boop boop. Hello.
Oh my gosh, hi.
Hello.
Fancy being you here.
Boop boop. I'm glad we didn't beep beep this time, but I'm
I
also,
didn't even think about it. It just
I'm
felt
open to
right.
change, you know? If that's the
I'm
way that
not.
Jenny wants to go, then that's fine.
No,
Okay?
not fine.
Tradition is important.
Tradition's important.
Hi everybody, let's play some fucking D&D. I
Go.
should change my audio levels a little bit so I'm deafened by the very upbeat music.
Oh yeah, let me know if anyone's too loud or too quiet or anything. I think we might need to boost it a little bit.
I have my mic has an echo?
Maybe a little bit.
Wait,
Does
the
it?
echo?
Oh,
did
it's
have-
like faff around with your settings, isn't it?
I did have to faff with my settings.
Yeah.
It might just have to be like this for a bit. Unless anyone can tell me what filter I need to put on that will change it.
More soft furnishings in the room.
What filters do you have on it right now?
I've got compressor, noise removal, and EQ.
Yeah, that's what I have as well.
But I didn't edit them at all, really.
That's fine. The compressor's the only thing that you can edit. And it's just a little
It's
bit.
less like a full echo and more like you're in a room that is really like echoey, if that makes sense.
Like there's not enough soft furnishings in the room.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
exactly.
put noise suppression on.
Stop commenting on his soft furnishings, dogs. You know he's.
All right. He's got too many hard furnishings. There you go. Is that better?
Wait, I have to open the haiku.
Choo-choo.
Yeah. Oh. Good.
Oh, it's a dog.
Oh,
You know what I
good
think it
one.
is? If your mic was a little closer, I bet that would change it.
Poo poo pee pee.
Oh, I don't know whether you're using the right mic. Are you? Wait,
I'm
tap it.
Yeah.
Oh. Move to
Tap.
a different mic and
Tap.
say poo poo pee pee.
I think I am using the right mic.
Boop boop beep beep.
Poo poo pee pee.
Boop,
Poo pee pee. Poo
Ooh.
poo pee pee.
Hasn't changed
Stereo.
anything, has
Poo,
it?
pee,
Pee.
That's the same.
Dot plus
same
shift. Poo
microphone.
poo pee pee.
I didn't change anything there, I don't think.
Like ambulance.
You don't have to change it.
Ooh,
Discord
ooh,
keeps
baby.
not recognizing my nice mic and keeps trying to make my graphics card, my capture card, my mic. For some reason, that's happened 3 times in the last week. So
This
Oh.
did this did go through a thing where it's both me and Jenny because we have the same microphone, where it removed all of our filters. And I just added this happened yesterday, and I just added them all that I could find.
Yeah.
I don't know. We might just have to deal with it for a bit.
maybe turn
No.
off the noise suppression and see if maybe it's a fucked up like.
No, Chris says it
I
is
will,
better,
but
a little better being closer.
It is.
it is a little bit okay. Right. Maybe
That sounds less echoey to me.
I'll scoot over a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, that's better.
Yeah,
right.
it does.
Okay. Like, right in my face, right here. Wait, maybe it needs to be angled a bit better.
Possibly.
I don't know,
Probably. It
let's
probably
see.
is a side one, so yeah.
Okay. Fuck it. Let's play some D&D. Last time we played D&D, stuff happened. We had a nice, relaxing, cathartic session in which nobody had to fight anything or have health points knocked off of them or touch a sphincter at all. So
I thought something was lacking last week. Guilty last time.
because we returned back to the Circus of Columba, which is just outside of Walloon in Cormier. If those don't sound like places that you recognise, that's fine. We're at a circus, and it's where Oro was brought up, one of our PCs. Now, Oro's adoptive mother, Hilda, was very happy to see her, and the rest of the party, and the person that you had saved in the session prior from a extraplanar prison. The long lost lover, Eleron, who was sucked away on a fateful eve 18 years ago, where Hilda found Oro. A fateful eve indeed. Now, you guys had a big party, and the reason that you had a big party was that Hilda had received some flowers. Those flowers were addressed to Hilda as a way to say condolences. Your adoptive daughter / circus performer, Oro, is dead. Oro has died working for the Crown and the Purple Dragon Knights in an adventuring related mishap and essentially said, if you hear anything about Oro somehow miraculously coming back to life, drop me an email. You'll be entered into a raffle for some gold as a thank you for maintaining the records of adventurers in Cormyr. Now, that came to somewhat of a surprise to you guys, because obviously this letter had come from none other than Garius Sariel, also known as Alrius Rigarsel, who is Nurali's brother, and previously the party's ally. Turns out this whole time he'd been working against them. So it's not surprising that in his machinations to kill you guys, he thinks that he's been successful and has thwarted the completionists once and for all.
The whole cavern
So-
did collapse, to be
It did.
fair.
Yes, it did. You guys were instructed, and also Randall did die.
Mhm.
The person that he was scrying on the entire time was murdered.
Good job, Randall.
Rude.
Now,
Don't make me
you
the Randall.
Now, you
I don't care if
guys,
he's your creation. I'm sorry.
you guys were kind of almost forced into celebrating the life of Oro because it keeps up the charade that Oro is definitely dead. During the session, Oro was given some magical goggles of disguise, where if you put this fake glasses, fake nose, fake mustache on, you can cast Disguise Self once per day. So that is something that you can do pretty much an unlimited number of times whilst you're here at the circus, but anywhere outside the circus, it's once per day. We had some very useful lore drop moments where we were talking amongst the party. We learned a little bit about Athale and how Athale is from the Shadowfell and has been brought up revering the Raven Queen and has some different ideological thoughts about the Raven Queen's predicament, origins, and what should happen next for the Raven Queen, as opposed to just being stuck in the Shadowfell for all eternity. Some of those ideas were a little bit different from what I almost called Nerdy Hyacinth for a second there.
Her
Nerdy
legacy
had
endures.
learned during her time.
I love that
at
that
her
happens just like
religious-
once every like 5 months, and I'm just like, yeah.
You might find out why that name came to mind later on today.
Cameo?
No, it's just it's not as big of a deal as you think it is. Don't worry, don't
Hey,
put it
she's
as
a
question
god. It could be a tiny thing.
mark.
Is she a god
Anyway,
yet, though? What's
the
wrong
end
with
of
that?
our last session. The end of our last session, there was a final climactic reveal where we heard the clink of some glass and the rolling of some wooden wheels as Astravigus was revealed to be venturing through the circus. Astravigus is a potion seller, a simple merchant who wants to give very powerful potions only to those who are worthiest of it. And historically, none of our party have been worthy of Astravigus' potions, apart from Haiku. Haiku and Astravigus have struck up a bit of a bond, and Astravigus is a bit of a wandering merchant and has travelled alongside the party, occasionally bumping into one another so that he could trade goods. The last time that Astravigus was spotted by the party, Astravigus had been fatefully murdered by a creature that we have since come to hate.
Barry.
Barry the Red Cap. You saw that he was bathing in his blood.
Hate's a strong word. You know, I think we had a philosophical discussion about like whether or not we can philosophically be okay with this type of eating of creatures versus other types of eating of creatures. You know.
No, hit was spot on.
Yeah, maybe hate was specifically for one person.
Yeah.
But he's back, so it's fine.
So we don't hate Barry anymore.
But he's back.
We'll see how it goes. We'll see how the
There definitely is astragalus, or is it just a potion seller?
It's currently it is a potion seller. We haven't interacted with them at all because I left you on a cliffhanger.
That would be a cruel joke.
Sometimes I'm a cool DM.
Looks at Shell.
Now, yeah, it's a very naked show.
Looks at consequences.
Ask for consequences, get consequences, Jack.
I know I said I wanted consequences, but what I really wanted was more loot.
Yeah, what I really wanted was levels.
Mm-hmm.
One or the other. I'm not greedy.
Can I just have the good consequences of my actions only? I'm so sorry. I've interrupted you a million times. Please finish. I'll stop talking.
That's okay. I don't think I was mid-sentence. I think you're all right. Right. Now, before we start our sessions, we like to start off with a bit of a prompt where we ask our party a little question so we can get into their, into the flow again, learn a bit about them. And we also have an ongoing update regarding a tavern that we have got some money invested into. Now, I realized that no one reminded anyone about the tavern this week, so if you haven't got an idea, fine, we can skip it. It's fine. But there was talk in the chat about a prompt. Do you settle on one?
Yes.
Yes.
We picked. I'm scrolling. It was a. There it is. I think it. Well, I don't know. That's half of a name, so I don't want to guess who it's by. But it says, "What did your imaginary friend look like as a child?"
Yes, that was from Sarah.
Okay, it was Sarah. I
was
wanted
from
to say
Sarah.
that, but I was like, it's half the name.
It was Sarah.
What
yeah.
did your imaginary friend look like as a child?
Do you know the kind of aphantasia sort of thing where you don't have like a good solid imagination kind of thing? To me, I can't imagine having an imaginary friend. Like, I saw you guys talking about that question, and in my head I was like, I don't know. I can't even really conceptualize an imaginary friend. Like, that doesn't really make any sense to me. Like,
I never had an imaginary friend either. Yeah.
Like, I never had one. The concept, I don't know.
Did no one else have an
that's had
imaginary
one.
friend?
I don't remember having one.
No, I didn't have one.
Like,
Yeah,
the
me
concept
either.
doesn't make any sense to me.
I definitely like
Suspicious.
anthropomorphized my dolls, and I played with them, and they would have conversations with each other, but I never full on had an imaginary friend.
I feel like that's close enough. Like that. Like,
My
I feel
understanding
like
of
this
imaginary
question...
friend is very different then, because
No,
my
I
understanding.
imagine that they're probably not identical in concept, but close enough that you could pull that for this question.
Oh yeah, I thought we were talking about what our characters' imaginary friends were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
So I
don't-
have
yes,
it
definitely.
didn't take any of that for me to have an answer, I guess, so I didn't have to think about it.
Oh no, I mean, I meant more to say that I saw the question and I thought I don't know.
Oh,
I
I
don't know
see,
how
I
I would answer
see.
that question. So I'm
Gotcha.
interested to see what you guys have to say, if anything.
I think Nerly's would have been her mom. She just wouldn't have known that. I think it
Yeah.
probably would have looked like a really young version of her mom. And so she'd kind of look like her, but just a little bit different. And so it would
Yeah.
almost be like, oh my God, this is like my sister, my imaginary sister friend. And then.
Yeah.
Oh,
Canonically, that's definitely what happened.
Hmm.
Yeah, definitely. We don't even need to discuss that more. That's just a full stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that Oro had a bat imaginary friend, but like a normal average-sized bat, not a giant bat, that she used to pretend run around with and like talk to and just like pretend fetch with and like whatever the fuck.
Wow. Fate really did shine on you the day that you met Nugget.
Exactly.
Goodness gracious.
I think if Haiku ever had an imaginary friend, they'd probably just build them at that point. Like make some kind of like representation of them. I don't want to use the word effigy, but yeah.
Why not?
We'll use the word effigy then.
It seems appropriate.
It's a good word. I learned that word because of the Elder Scrolls series.
They all had a imaginary pet, which was like a hound, like a sort of like a bloodhound, that he would follow and would kind of lead him away. It was like mischievous kind of friend.
Oh,
Cool.
cute. I like
I
it.
love that.
Now, does anyone have any ideas about what's going on in the tavern, or do you want to give it a skip this week?
We could say that we're having like a charity book sale or something this week.
In honor
We
of
continue
Randall.
the book theme. Yeah.
Mm.
Be like everyone can bring like a book
the Randall
swap.
stuff.
People can swap their
I
book.
like a book swap.
Yeah. People can,
That's
like, trade
you were
things.
talking about the idea of there being like a little mini free library
Yeah,
as a franchise, and linking it to Randall, like it being like a Randall's little neighborhood library thing.
Mm-hmm.
I love that.
But they could have like a kids reading program, like Dolly Parton, and call it Randall's Rascals.
Shut the fuck up! That's so cute.
Docs is out here like partly maybe pleased, partly like I will never get out of the shadow of this character.
We're just still in the
Yeah,
process
cool.
of mourning them.
Yeah,
you know,
we're still
like,
mourning Randall, Docs.
All right.
Jeez.
I have a problem with that. I was busy trying to think of something that, and Jack beat me to it with something way better. So for the name,
was good. Okay. Right. Well, let's get back to our scene, shall we? We're currently, some of us have just left the tent where you guys have been having this wonderful banquet as part of the celebrations for Oro's life. Oro, who is definitely still very much alive, has been, spending time with you, her families and friends. At the moment, it's kind of dwindled down to just a few of you. But you've stepped outside the tent as you've heard the clinking of glasses and the rolling of wooden wheels on the ground outside. Surely enough, you see a figure hunched over, pulling on a kind of piece of like a leather strap on a rope that is attached to the wagon, pulling it through the circus and tents.
Haiku's just stood there perplexed.
Do I reckon? Am I there? Do I recognize that it's extravagant?
Well, you tell me. We heard some noises, some wheel rolling outside. But this is your party, your home. Think you're first. You hear wheels spinning through the fucking circus all the time.
it's a busy place.
I mean, I'm probably still just chatting to people.
That's fair enough.
I think Nerly is going through cycles of like enjoying the party, but also it's making her think about what if Oro really died, and so she's periodically really sad, and then like cheering herself up, and then really sad again, and then cheering herself up. And I don't think she would notice until after Haiku reacted.
Right. So you're in a cycle. I like to really imagine, because I do those kinds of things all the time where I think about, oh, what if my friend XYZ like passed away? What would I do? Oh no, I'd be so sad. And then you just have to immediately go and talk to that person and be like affectionate to them. Like, oh, you're great, by the way. You know how great you are. That kind of shit. So I like to imagine that you're like sat there and just occasionally being like, Oro, you're the best.
I've already told you that I love you. Just like for no reason.
What's Vale up to then if Haiku's stepped outside?
Probably go with, not necessarily because like the sound is probably not particularly interesting. It's just another noise of the circus / somewhere, but just to get out of the like kind of, because we were in the marquee / hall /
Well, you're in Hilda's tent, so it's a big tent, but it's been filled with people all evening, and it's been a busy environment.
Just kind of like escape that a little bit.
Okay, so you two step out the tent, partly to get some fresh air, partly because a familiar sound has coaxed you out. Haiku kind of stands agape, flexed, Athale just enjoying
Chilling.
the nice breezes. Now nighttime, you can see the stars and constellations in the sky. Just a couple of wispy clouds here and there. It's nice. It's relaxing. It's calming. There's a little bit of a hustle and bustle still inside the tent, but the most intriguing thing about the scene for you is the stars. Haiku otherwise is distracted.
I think I'd maybe like whisper, not necessarily in anyone's particular direction. Just go like, does anyone else hear that?
Huh? What? It what?
The glass, the cart.
Sounds like a card.
Oh, yes.
Oh no. Sounds like the cart. You know? One of my closest friends. Yeah, and then
Egg,
you know,
Eggivus, Ugavus,
Stravagus.
Stravagus.
Yeah,
Didn't he die?
No, I watched him get ripped apart by the red cap, and it still haunts me in my dreams.
Yeah,
Did
we've
you?
heard.
That sounds like exactly like it. Okay, maybe
Shut
not.
up, and he was already dead.
Okay, yeah, but you know how your mind play tricks you,
Yeah.
all that.
Well, we can go and have a look.
Yeah.
Just like it's too familiar.
Okay, well, I'm coming with you. You're not going alone.
Oh,
It's a hands on a
okay.
dice.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if you could tell, he wasn't massively fond of you lot.
I didn't do anything to wrong him.
No, he was a very particular. He may still be a very, very,
So bear in
particular
mind, I'm a blonde bombshell right now. I don't look like Oro. So he won't know me.
Oh, that is a good point. Yeah. Gotta be awkward,
And
wouldn't it?
we're all in costume, so everyone but you might not be noticed at all.
Yeah.
I mean, I have the wings, and I've
Yeah.
probably white paint.
Oh yeah. Well, this is a great time to go see who it is.
Yes, please. If you insist on escorting me.
Well, we'll just wander, saunter over like we're like going that way.
Oh, keep it casual.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. All right. Sure enough. Outside, you find there are several wagons. In fact, this is a wagon-infested area, right? There are
Whoa.
lots of different wagons. Many people are living in these wagons or using these wagons for storage, who are visiting the circus or using it for. Some of them are a bit like glamping. And this is the only one that is moving. People don't tend to use their wagons a lot at this time of night. So it's not surprising, but there is a distinct familiarity as you see this wagon pass underneath one of the lamps that's being used to light the kind of thoroughfare, and it lights up, and surely enough, Stravagus stands in front of you, pauses, and he squints and he looks towards the kind of the area you guys are coming from outside the tent. He goes, "Who goes there?"
It's me.
Portal.
Yeah?
Haiku.
Yeah.
Ah, of my strongest potions. Wherever you are.
I'm my favourite potion seller.
Have you come back for more merchandise?
I mean, it looks like you've come back to me, to be honest.
You know me. I go around the place. I'm everywhere.
Oh, very, very true. One small problem. I saw that you were dead. Like, body on the floor.
And that's a problem.
Quite, haunts dreams type of thing.
Oh, haunts dreams.
Can I
But I'm
reach
not
out
dead.
and touch him just to double check that he's real?
Yeah, you pat him, and surely enough, you feel the kind of the leather of his jacket. There's a kind of a soft tinkle of glass inside.
Sorry.
You see as you're close enough that you can see that he's got like a bandolier of small potions around him.
Potions on potions on potions.
I did.
The potion's potion.
How we? It was the Feywild, wasn't it?
Yes.
Or was it?
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, I saw you in the Feywild, dead on the ground. It was raining. There was, Barry was stood over you. Ring a bell?
Who is Barry?
Barry?
That bit's not
Oh.
really, really important. The dead part, absolutely. Am I now even certain that was the Stravagus?
Yes.
So it definitely was.
Whoa! No! Well, yes and no.
Go
Well,
on.
I wasn't dead. I certainly looked dead.
So I could now,
I lean over to Oro and I'm like, is this one of those things from one of your books?
Yeah, I mean,
What?
we didn't stay because you were dead. I was told there was no point. It was already happened.
No, I wasn't dead.
Haiku just sort of turns and crosses around.
I took one of these, and he brings out a potion from his jacket, from an inside pocket. One of these, he kind of turns it to you. You can see there's a sticker on it. He's got his thumb over part of it, and you can see that it says Astravigus, and it's got like a little, you can see that it's got an epithet, like there's a label on the potion. One of these.
One of what? What did you say? You're covering a label, Astragus.
Oh, sorry.
Hold it like bottom and top.
Bottom and top. It's like this. And you can read that it says Astravigus is faint, as in Feint.
Oh. Oh wait. Okay. So you were completely safe.
Well, no, but I wasn't dead.
Injured?
Well, yes. So, this potion is a very strong potion. I will give this to you as a loyal customer.
Oh.
And he hands it to you. If you were ever injured and in danger, and you feel that playing dead would suit you best,
Oh my god, it's perfect vibe.
you take a swig of this potion.
Oh, I mean, appreciate it, Extravagus. I mean, I
assume you will also be buying some potions now.
Oh yes. No,
okay, yeah, that's fine.
I kind of just want to apologize as well for not, lending my aid.
Oh, it would have been super cool of you if I hadn't died.
Yeah. Turns around to Neroli and Aura again.
The portal was closing. He looked dead.
He would need.
I mean, I'm fine.
We help everyone else we encounter.
I'm not holding this against you, Haiku.
All right.
Neroli is instantly suspicious that this person is like a spy.
In their defense, the portal was on some kind of weird loop setting, and it was gonna. It's complicated. I don't like it.
Okay, it's fine.
On reflection, I get it.
I'm alive.
That is the most important thing.
And I'm alive because of my amazing potion usage.
I mean,
how powerful and strong my potions really are. Potions
can you tell us more about?
No, nothing from you. Haiku. Feel free to browse.
Yeah. I'm just gonna give me a second.
Sure. Yes, of course.
Neroli, what did you want to ask? I know you gotta appease him.
I just don't believe it's him. I was gonna ask him if he could describe the creature that was hurting him, because I don't know. This is so suspicious.
Okay. Let me try and word that in a way.
Just work it in between getting whatever potions you want. I don't need anything from him.
Okay. Yeah, I'll have a browse.
Good.
Oh yeah. That's that sort of like, flicking through.
So he's got a bunch of different potions. Let's have a bit of a browse. I'm rolling some dice here. He has 2 potions of climbing. He has a potion of mind reading. He has a potion of longevity.
Okay.
Makes you look older. Oh, sorry, look younger.
Ah.
That would be a really funny, like, accidentally poorly worded potion where it's like longevity. It makes you look like you've lived a long time.
And a potion of diminution.
I don't know what that word means.
Makes you small.
You get smaller.
That might be useful in some circumstances, actually.
Can I prep something with my read thoughts thing that I can do, but haven't done once?
You can use read thoughts if you'd like, because you get to do that once per day.
Yeah, but I want to do that whilst they're talking, whilst like Haifu's asking questions about it. I want to like
you
read.
can do that.
Okay.
So read thoughts is a surprisingly long spell, actually.
Oh, okay.
I do recall.
I think it is if you cast it as a ritual.
Text thoughts. Yeah, the duration is 1 minute.
Okay.
So you can read thoughts at any given point. You can target creatures that you can see within 30 feet of yourself. And you can learn what's on the target's mind right now for free, basically, without them kind of knowing. If you want to try and probe deeper to have a properly read their mind, then they make a wisdom saving throw. And on a fail save, you learn their reasoning, emotions, and something that looms large in its mind.
Everyone started dancing to the wisdom saving throw song, but not him.
Actually, one brain cell between a lot.
It's such a bot.
Mm-hmm.
So you can try and you can read surface thoughts
I'm just
for free without them knowing. Okay, so it's a verbal, somatic, and material spell, which I think you can just cast, but I mean if you step behind a wagon, he's not going to notice.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Sure enough, you cast your detect thoughts for the day. And so this is the first time that you've properly done it. Let's do a little bit of a fun little RP sort of thing about how your detect thoughts comes in. Now remember, you've been having some weird kind of migraine with aura moments ever since the climactic battle in which Randall devastatingly destroys this very powerful magical item with another very powerful magical item. A massive magical explosion. You've been since having some kind of migraine, some headaches. And part of this is you've determined, after speaking to Hilda the last time you were here, that you have begun to kind of develop this ability to speak telepathically. And you think that sometimes the migraines that you've been having, because they've been very short-lived, unlike real migraines that people suffer from, they've been very short-lived, and you've been kind of hearing throbbing, dull, bassy voices, and sensing kind of really strong emotions and feelings, and maybe also some intrusive thoughts. But you're starting to recognize that that's actually an ability that you can kind of control a little bit. With the right magical words and the right gestures, you can concentrate that ability and control it a little bit better. And when you do so, you are able to detect that there are people around you from the kind of the auras that their thoughts give. And if you tried a little bit harder, you think that you could try and see what it is that's going on in their mind, just a little bit deeper. So as you start to see Astravigus conversing with Haiku, and maybe there's a twinge of suspicion, maybe there's a twinge of jealousy of Astravigus having this strong relationship with Haiku, and he's being all precious about it, and he's not letting us browse his potions. You get the opportunity, kind of feel like, if I tried, I could know what's going on here if I wanted to. And you kind of bring that power to the front of your mind, and as you do so, you start to feel the minds of those of people around you. You feel the voices. You're not far away from the tent. You hear the thoughts of Hilda and Eleron for a moment, and it kind of just like bubbles very briefly with affection, and you can kind of feel the presence of just some general people like dotted around tents around you. You hear someone like, "Oh, I'm bursting for a wee," and another person who's just kind of just generally feeling a little bit down the dumps because they're running off to the toilet. But you also feel some general thoughts just from the
Detect
people
thoughts,
around
but I just
you
hear
as well.
everyone's toilet-based
Right,
thoughts.
yeah.
Funny.
No.
Detect shorts.
Detect plops.
So, you don't read the thoughts, but you know what the creature is thinking. You know that the person is thinking and that they are present. You don't know what they're thinking, but you know that they are thinking.
Check.
So if you are like properly detect sharks, oh my god.
Put it in the chat. Don't interrupt the flow.
So, in read thoughts, you can learn what is most on the target's mind right now. Now, let's go around the party a little bit. You're all within Oro's 30 feet range. You've been non-invasively mind read. So why don't we have a little bit of a thought experiment? What is your character thinking right now? It doesn't have to be in detail or in depth. It's just a short, kind of succinct summary of what's on their mind.
Okay. I'll go first because I have accidentally already thought about this apparently, which is about like how much baggage does this group have? Like all of these people they've met, and like it's just like a casual wonder of just like they just can't go like 100 feet without something happening where they're like, oh, we already know this person, or oh, we killed that person, or you know.
The last session was very much a big lore dump of the party letting Randall know what's gone on for the last
Randall
couple years. Not Randall, Athale.
You can mark that one off on your bingo cards.
Take it off.
And it would be understandable for Athale to be feeling a little bit overwhelmed with lore and maybe a bit infuriated. So many names. So much I have to remember.
Story of Thale. You get used to it eventually.
It was just like one of those. It's more like the an intrusive thought rather than a serious concern of just like there's a lot of people that they just run into.
When you're walking with someone and they stop to talk to just about everybody, you're like, how many people do they know? Shut up. I'm going for lunch. Anyone else want to volunteer some thoughts?
If narrowed eyes and crossed arms could be a thought, like Nerly is just radiating like, I don't trust this guy. What is it with these potions anyway? It's not like they can do anything I can't do. I don't know what's so special about them. I've helped kill a dragon. I can drink a stupid potion.
Haiku.
Is it just like words? Aurora can sort of see, or can she see the images that people are thinking?
So you learn what is most on the target's mind right now. That's all it says, really.
Okay. Which way do I go with this?
Oh no.
That's how we find out Haiku's in love with Astravigus.
Yeah. Is Aura gonna regret this?
So it's the image in the rain, blood all over the floor. But also on the floor is Barry the Redcap, and Stragovus and Haiku are just stood there, their hands on shoulders.
Wow.
What could have
If the
been?
tables had turned, right.
Oh,
If he'd
see.
helped.
Right. Okay. Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
So guilt.
That wasn't the approach I was going for.
Okay. So not oh fuck, this guy got stabbed up by Barry and I could have helped him there and then. It was more of we could have had a nice moment. We could have,
No,
our
that's
bond
what I
could
was
have been
debating between the guilt, which would have been just the image
Right.
of him dead on the floor,
Right.
or go for the alternate type of thing.
Shit, the what if. Oh, okay. Are you directing this ability to Astravigus?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Sure. You see like almost a flash of an image, less than like reading his thoughts. You kind of see like conceptually almost what his thought is, and you see like a beam of light just on Haiku, and everything else is dark.
Oh.
And you see some like stink lines coming off everyone else.
Okay.
But what does it mean?
You're welcome to try and delve deeper. Remember, you are capable of doing that. But if they successfully make a saving throw against it, your spell immediately ends. Either way, they know that you're probing into their brain.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that.
Okay. So let's read just the exit of that. Either way, the target knows that you're probing into its mind, and until you shift your attention away from the target's mind, the target can take an action on its turn to make an intelligence arcana check against your spell save DC, ending the spell on a success.
I'm going to stop doing it as I've...
Sure. I mean, so it's a concentration spell for 1 minute. You can keep it up for other people if you fancy. You can just... You don't have to, like, no one knows that you're, like, getting their surface level thoughts. You're not at any risk of being, like...
Oh, okay,
spotted.
then I'll just keep it going. Yeah.
Yeah. The only place in which, in case you might be found out, is if you did
So if
try
you
to
could
delve a little bit
yeah,
deeper,
yeah.
or if you're casting a spell directly in front of someone and someone's like, "What the fuck? What the fuck are you doing?" The material component for this spell is one copper piece, as in penny for your thoughts. I think it's quite clever.
Cute.
I'm not going to tell anyone.
It's just a constant stream, nonstop, of Nurley muttering in her mind about how she doesn't trust this guy, and her magic can do anything potions can do, and these potions aren't even that great, and just nonstop. I have
Do
to
any of
tune her
these
out after a
powerful
bit.
potions seem interesting to you, Haiku?
So I'm just like almost like rifling through them, like you was at a library, for example. Like pull a potion out, have a look on the back. I'd like to think, there's like a description on the back of it, and like some kind of like dodgy slogan or whatever.
Allergen advice.
And while I'm reading through this, I'm like, so Ashavius, what went on the Feywild then? Give me the lowdown.
Oh, some red cap came and attacked me. Pouring rain.
Wow. Did he like say
Split me
anything
top
beforehand?
to bottom, left to right.
Because like we had a very weird interaction with him to begin with.
Well, he wanted some of my potions, and I wouldn't give it to him.
Not strong enough.
Wasn't worthy.
Ah, interesting. Yeah, no, I'd agree with that. That guy's a prick.
Well, he did try to kill me
I don't have to tell you that, do I?
and to drink my faint potion and
Mm,
make a whole new batch after he stole my goods.
yeah. Yeah. Well, I'll take this smallening potion. If that's okay with you.
The diminution, yes, of course.
Yeah, I'm not in the, I don't know the technical language.
Okay, that is 270 gold pieces.
Oh God. Why do I keep doing this?
We have so much money, Haiku. You
Dude,
forget.
it's a steal. That is a steal.
Still a lot of money for a one-time use thing.
That is a fair price.
Almost
The thing
like
is there going
magic
to be
is
some kind of
better.
is there going to be some kind of monkey's paw thing?
My magic
Where,
is
like,
free.
I drink it, I shrink down, and all my items just fall off because they're now too big.
It's a monkey's paw potion. Monkey's potion.
So
Right.
when you drink this potion, you gain the reduce effect of the enlarge/reduce spell for 1d4 hours with no concentration required, unlike the spell. Which is the important thing when we're making comparisons between potions and spellcraft.
Gotcha.
No concentration required.
I mean, if the rest of the party is okay with me spending that much gold, then yes. But
You have your own pot of gold, don't you?
Yeah, you
within
got your own
the
pot.
main
oh,
thing?
that's true. Yeah.
The
Yeah,
reduce
You
effect.
can spend your
yeah,
money on whatever
oh.
you'd like.
Yeah, just take out my
The target size decreases by 1 category from medium to small, for example. The target also has disadvantage on strength checks, strength saving throws. Target's attack with its reduced weapons or unarmed strikes deal 1d4 less damage on a hit. Can't go below 1. You're becoming tiny. Well, no, technically you're becoming small because you're currently medium.
Yeah.
I
The
can
only
see the
person who
world
would
from
go-
Oro's perspective.
Oro would become tiny. If Oro took this potion, she would become tiny.
If a tiny creature had it, would they become non-existent?
I think they just become a slightly
Microscopic.
smaller version of themselves.
See, what's like the definition for like a tiny creature? Like, is there like a height range or something? Or
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
because, like, for example, would a tiny Oro be able to ride like a rat into battle?
Yes.
That 270 gold is like a steal now.
Get 2. I'll drink one, then I'll drink another one right after.
Oh my God.
Tiny is 2.5 feet by 2.5 feet tops.
It's quite big.
Yeah, I'm almost.
So that's the top end of it.
That's as big as it could possibly be.
That's
Right.
the square that you take
That's
up
like a cat.
on a 5x5.
Yeah, that's like a
It's like cat size.
Yeah, but think of if you're a humanoid and you're that size, you know. That's what makes you tiny at that point. You're a sprite.
Your arms would be so spindly. Well, I'll take that one, Astravius.
A creature can squeeze through a space that is large enough for a creature one size smaller than it. So a tiny creature can squeeze through some very fucking small spaces. Fantastic. You exchange coin. A strong potion.
Yeah, you have my word that I won't be wasting it, will I?
No, of course not. You won't be wasting my potion.
Nerly mutters under her breath, "Take that potion and you won't be strong enough for the other potions."
Well, Distravigus, I mean, it's a pleasure doing business with you, and it's a pleasure to see you not just again but alive.
No, I am alive, and it's a pleasure to see.
Has been haunting me a little bit. I'll be honest with you.
Well, I'm glad that we could sort that out for you, and you will remain a loyal customer.
Oh, absolutely. I do hope we weirdly walk into each other again in the near future.
I'm sure we will. Yes.
You don't want more customers? I'm a
you use
blonde
all the-
bombshell right now. I do not like Oro.
My my companion here was asking about, like, do you not think that does that limit your customer base?
I make quite a lot of money from each potion, so no, not really. I'm fine. I'm doing okay. You notice I don't have a big building I have to pay rent on.
It's just if anyone else would like a potion. Cool.
Goodbye. Off the car.
I really hate
That's
that guy.
Honestly, he's a lovely fellow. If you just you know look past his foibles.
No, he's a bit of an elitist asshole. Really, you know, like.
I mean,
Like,
He's
I
always-
just go around healing people for free all the time. What if every time we were fighting, I was like, 270 gold, haiku. Sorry, I know you're dying. Kind of mean, right? Like,
I mean, to be honest, I feel like you maybe could actually make a bit of money off your skills.
oh god, American healthcare system.
yeah. No, it's not.
No, it would feel wrong.
Did I?
I guess I just don't like it when people could help and they choose not to.
Yeah. Did I tell you guys I could detect thoughts now? I can't remember.
What?
Oh.
Everyone's face is suddenly panicked.
You've been doing
Except
this?
Neurally, just like, ooh, sorry. Just been bitching to myself for the past solid 5 minutes. Wait, when did that happen?
It was after the incident of Randall that I don't know. I can do that now. But I detected thoughts on Astragalus, and basically it was an image of a haiku with a spotlight on him, and the rest of us were all in the dark and stinky.
Wow.
I don't smell bad. I really hate that guy.
We only have to see him every now and then, all right? It's just
Do you know, I mean, he's whatever. You can read thoughts. Do you know how that happened?
Do I know how that happened? I can't remember if
The last time that you spoke when you were here and you spoke to Hilda and she kind of said what was going on, she
yeah.
said, "Sweetheart, you got a bit of a mild magic concussion, but it's you're coming out okay.
Mm.
You can talk to people telepathically." And I think you had a conversation with Haiku telepathically for a couple of sentences.
Oh, yeah.
So that's not brand new.
Mm.
You haven't detected thoughts before, though.
Right. Yeah, me and Haiku had a talk in our brains before. I remember because I didn't know that it was happening in our brains. I think that's what was happening, but I've not detected anyone's thoughts yet. Kind of cool.
But if it happened after Randall, what if it's because of the book?
No, I just bumped my head. It's probably fine.
Have you explained to Thale what the book is?
That's a great question.
hmm.
I know we would have told. Have we established how much? I think we planned on kind of really fully filling Athale in as we go to the monastery, so I don't think Athale has like a full understanding yet.
You
I'd
describe the
also
grimoire.
doubt how useful knowledge of that book would be. Maybe that might be something that we should really be keeping to ourselves.
Yeah, definitely one of those like look around us and make sure nobody's nearby, and then
You're
like
on
Nearly leans
probation,
over.
Athale. You don't get access to the
Was
deep
the
lore yet. You didn't explain the grimoire, and you didn't explain the link of Garius Sariel to Shah.
Right.
Those are things.
Yeah,
that-
because that's part of the
Mhm.
book stuff. Yeah. But Nearly does say the book, and then probably does like a sheepish glance over at Athale, like they have no idea what we're talking about.
So what potion did you get, Haiku?
Oh, it's you drink it and you get smaller
Oh.
Oh,
for a few hours.
that's
Yeah.
nearly as useful as this one that lets you get smaller and bigger.
Wait. Ha.
That's so funny.
Oh, it's just something I found on my travels.
Oh.
It's a potion
So-
of growth.
So Stravagus doesn't have the strongest potions.
That's really funny. I rolled for a sales salute.
I love it.
Is it a potion of growth or is it a potion of?
The
It might
spell
be
is enlarge reduce, so
yeah, I think it's a
Yeah.
potion of growth, but it's enlarge/reduce person.
Yeah, so the potion of growth does the enlarge part of the enlarge/reduce spell. So you got the opposite.
I've
So it
read it
doesn't-
as
it doesn't do
enlarge/reduce. Okay.
Well,
So equal
that's
and
the name of the
opposite.
spell. The spell is enlarge/reduce, and you have two options within that spell. You can enlarge or reduce. You have enlarge, like you has reduce.
Oh.
Right.
With your powers combined, you could be the
That was
same
me
size.
not understanding.
Oh, maybe I should have introduced you. You might have been deemed strong enough.
Yeah,
Strong.
they
Jesus. His ass
seem
up.
to only want to sell to you, so I'm not in desperate need of potions. I have my own magic.
What can I say? I'm sought after. I'm hot, you might say.
I can't believe we're just glossing over the fact that Oro can read minds now, right after the book was destroyed. Like there's not obviously some sort of relation there.
mean,
Why would there
I've
be a
never-
link to a book?
We all got.
Ah.
Well, you know, when you're in D&D, how do characters like deal with leveling up? Like, what's the like? They level up and they just wake up one day and be like, I feel.
They lift
So
off the
like a
ground and they
shell.
like flash and they drop back down.
They explode with confetti.
Yeah.
To your question, some very hardcore gamers. I say I've not played with anyone like this, but I know it's an option. Will be like technically you don't level up until you have like a training montage, that kind of thing.
Right.
Or you have to go to specific people and pay them money to train you to go up in a skill or something. But we kind of gloss over that because it's not the kind of game that we want to play.
I always think of it as we are the training montage is implied. Like we break down camp for the night and you're doing skills that like you're like I'm practicing a spell and it's just not working and it's not working and it's not working and then one day I do it and I'm like ooh kind of thing.
The
Like,
training
there's
montage is
there's
also all the
also-
D&D we played up until that point.
Yeah, it's all of it's the adventuring that you're doing. So like the adventuring that you're doing is giving you a new understanding of the way that your magic in kind of works. Many of you, and it's kind of understood that abilities and form and gifts and skills are a very dynamic and flexible thing in the world. So it's not something that's an example of people trying to understand and comprehend your ability to suddenly randomly get a feat and detect magic. I bumped my head during a magical explosion is actually an extremely good explanation for it. But what I'll do is I'll just straight up take Arcana checks from everybody.
Oh,
okay.
Yes.
I just realized that my Roll20 never loaded. It's just been sitting here trying to load this whole time.
Oh no.
Let me do a quick refresh.
Oh, no.
That's okay. You've got proficiency, haven't you?
Arcana, yeah.
Yeah, so you've got
I
the bar is slightly different for you.
It was less the outcome of the roll and more of the value versus haiku.
Yeah, that doesn't set a good precedence going forwards. Haiku's already a bit,
Mhm.
iffy about someone else being able to do it.
It's now like
Well,
And they
forget-
need to grow as a turtle.
They have to,
There
they
it
have to grow
goes.
the turtle, but remember that your expertise will be different
Yeah.
based on your character classes and
Mhm.
experience. So for well, that's a natural 13 with no
Yeah.
no bonus. Okay.
I'm a sorcerer. I don't have to
Oh.
learn how this shit works. It just does.
So for Nurli,
Nicely.
Nurli, you're confident that that's a decent enough explanation. You don't really understand how it works or why it would work that way, but sure, why not? Athale, you are able to deduce from the context that you've been given that whatever explosion occurred or whatever injury occurred to Oro was probably due to to some large, very powerful magical phenomenon.
oh.
Haiku, this makes complete sense to you that the destruction of a massive magical artifact being used by another massive magical artifact that you don't even know, perhaps that has also been destroyed, absolutely could have in some way influenced Oro's capabilities. It's possible that they were dormant and that they were already there and they just needed to be awoken by something. That's something that's kind of only occurred to you.
Okay. I mean, yeah, this seems. I mean, I don't see any issues. Just to be fair, there's a pretty decent chance Oro might just some level may have been able to do this her entire life, and it's just like kicked in.
I mean, that's fair. I mean, Hilda did find her because of a magic card from a powerful deck. Like, for all we know, Oro was birthed into existence by that card.
Oro might be more magical than any of us.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously.
What if
Oro's
you're
more
actually,
Only
magical
has
like-
than
access to level 1 spells.
Yeah. Have we seen Oro cast other spells?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Find familiar. I think, didn't you
stealth
have a
one.
heal at one point? Yeah, Pass Without a Trace.
Yeah. I've done the what is it Druidcraft I have, or is it the other one?
Yeah,
I have
you've
Druidcraft
got
that I've done a few
level
times.
1 ranger spells.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you like to do the alarm one.
Oh yeah, I've done Alarm before with you guys. Yeah.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Speak with animals probably at some point. Find traps.
Yeah.
What if you're
Oro-
like the avatar of a creature from another plane and a bunch of your abilities are just dormant because you just don't know that that's the truth? And the more magic you encounter, you're just going to turn out to be like really extra special.
We've got to unlock them.
More
If only I
magical
had all the other-
explosions.
If I only had all the other stuff from my shell, we could just test it, all of them.
Are there like
the
good
hell the frog
magical
man?
explosions? Could it explode with like rejuvenation?
Any of us know the answer to that?
You specifically asking that question, you can roll an Arcana check if you would like.
Oh, thank you, Tom.
Would it count as us helping as we're talking through it by any
No.
chance? Okay. Not that
Uh,
the haiku needs the help. It's a +10.
not that Haiku needs the help. Haiku, you are aware that the magic that flows through the world that you live in is through something called the weave, an ineffable construct that flows interconnectedly through all things and can be manipulated by the spells that you use. It is completely entirely possible that a particular magical explosion at one frequency harmonizes with another frequency that was dormant and amplifies it. That being said, there are things that you are aware of as being a spellcaster that are mysteries kept to the goddess of magic.
Gotcha. Basically, anything's possible potentially. Okay. I mean,
Candy.
the weave can do anything theoretically. So yeah, but also it could equally, actually just explode. Not to put anyone off.
Hmm.
There is inherent danger in all magic use.
So maybe not the sentience that lived in that book lodging itself in your head. Maybe just magical amplification.
Absolutely.
If it starts talking to you,
I'll let you know.
you have to tell us. Thank you.
Yeah, don't worry, I promise. A pinky promise. No, really. Don't worry.
Thank you.
In
I
fact,
feel
while we're
better.
on that topic, that goes through a Thale as well.
I do not know what you're talking about.
Anything starts talking to you in your head, let us know.
Yeah. There's a lot of that in the world. It's weird. You wouldn't expect that to happen as often as it does.
Yeah.
We've talked to
Does
books.
that count when Aura starts talking to you in your head?
Yeah.
Oh, good point. That's the exception.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, you can
One
tell us, I
time-
suppose.
One time a tree put us in like a big shared hallucination that we had to live through over and over again. And then we like stole knowledge from it or something. That was really more of like a haiku understanding and a Randall understanding thing. I don't really understand how that worked.
So I kind of blanked
I
out
see.
some of that part of our journey.
That's fair.
Cyborg is balancing the
Oh.
scales.
Nope.
Seemed balanced at all to me.
Balancing their ban.
After they hit me with a negative thing on Twitch integrated Vermintide the other day.
Oh, yeah.
So they're sucking up is what's happening. I see.
Made it very clear during the game that I would forgive them if they gave me a D6.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
And now all is forgiven.
Oh my god, this is
Blackmail?
multi-stage, multi-dimension bribery. You have to come to a different stream in a different game.
Well, it's a trade.
Yeah, that's fair. This reminds me of how I play King of the Castle. I would literally give VIP to people for like a month for votes and stuff like that. It worked.
That's funny.
Yeah. Okay, well.
Yeah, I think that's enough on the potential of me being a powerful magical being that doesn't know they are, and maybe we move on.
Honestly, it's tempting just to kind of shoot you into a fight and see what you can do. I'm not gonna, but you know.
What do you mean shoot her into a fight?
A
You're gonna
launch
shoot?
was maybe a better word.
Oh,
Launch.
okay.
Yeah. You're like hunk. And just watch this green blur go absolutely mental in them.
I think I haven't
Occasional
needed
bit
to
of
use
orange
detect
and-
thoughts yet because Haiku just says this mad shit. And I'm like,
You always
I
know what
you weren't
Haiku's thinking. They just say it.
I think it'd be labeled verbal diarrhea.
Can't actually detect any other thoughts while Haiku is around because that's all you can hear.
What thoughts are they to detect anyway?
Just makes me think of oh god, what's that movie? Mean Girls. Word vomit. Wait, no, actual vomit. Well, shall we enjoy the rest of our evening? I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't want to think about the book anymore. She says, and then at some point she's going to end up giving a Thale like a quick overview of like weird sentient book, also related to Shar. Hate that. Maybe destroyed. Kind of not sure. Maybe living in Oro's head now. Who knows? Probably not that thing, but you know, anything's possible, right?
Is that going to include the? Is that extrapolated to the grimoire was aligned with Shah?
Yes.
And the whole. There's a lot of lore. This is like 2 seasons,
Yeah,
like
I
several
feel
years
like-
worth of lore. The grimoire
So, yeah.
is a sentient, powerful magical item that was aligned with Shah, the goddess of loss, and was manipulated by Garius Sariel in multiple dimensions. One
Yeah,
of which
in the
was
Feywild.
sending it to an archfey in the
Mhm.
Feywild to try and convince her to surpass and dethrone a god.
Yeah.
tricking her to cast the spell, which was interrupted, and feasibly was then used by Garius Ariel to delete Caspian Kinshire from history.
Yeah. So do you remember when we thought that Garius was actually a good guy, and then he was like, blah,
Good
blah, I'm
times.
your brother, and nearly broke and like spilled the beans?
Uh-huh.
It's very much like that, but instead of like a emotional overwhelm spill the beans, it's like she starts to explain one thing. It's like an ADHD conversation. She starts to explain, and then she's like, and this, okay, so, and that, and then this happened, and then, okay, and also we had to go to the Feywild, and then there was this Archfey, and, and like the web gets slowly tied together, but I feel like it takes like way longer, and they're just like awkwardly standing there for a long time, and she keeps being like, and then oh my god, okay, but also this happened, and then she's like she gives like the overview of like the connectedness, I think, but not like all the details immediately, because it's like just trying to even draw the like rough draft of how this book, this one fucking like, and she starts off like it was just a book in a cave. There was just some weird necromancer or something, and then it started talking, and that's when everything went to hell. And like, yeah. So definitely like overview and touches on all of the like points, but doesn't necessarily like elaborate on them.
And
then realizes
every
it's
single time I try to explain lore for this game.
it's because you're so good at writing it.
I feel like the
If I
law
was
needs its
better at
own
writing it-
separate podcast for Thale to sort of catch up on as well.
If I was
Don't worry,
better
we
at writing
Just
recorded
it,
this
neurally
podcast.
talking.
it wouldn't require 30 minutes of explanation. Let's have a bio break, shall we?
All
Here's
right.
do good penis in reverse. Do good.
I forget what I
Nah.
was using to cover my camera.
Well, we'll have to figure something out.
Yeah.
For those of you who are not familiar, our breaks are very short. We will be doing our business and returning, maybe refilling drinks, having a little stretch, going to the toilet, whatever you need to do. I suspect that you should also do so too. As a cute sock.
I just really hope someone joined between you changing putting the do good penis in front of the camera and then starting that explanation. I hope someone joined in exactly that moment and just thinks that our dungeon master is the doodle of the penis.
Why not? Anything you
we
can
just go on
do,
wholesome
good penis
adventures
can
all
do
the
better.
time.
Wholesome.
Do good.
Oh my god, I just saw the meme! It's so accurate though. Okay, be right back.
And we'll be back shortly.
Yep, I'm gonna run some ads, even though they just ran. So, but we're not gonna be here. So just stick with us, please. Oh my god, please. Hopefully this doesn't fall in the meantime. Haphazardly taped onto my webcam.
Right back to being first. And no, Cyborg, you cannot misbehave. There's no such thing here. It certainly has.
Ooh, I'm second back this time.
Oh, wild. What's going
I
on?
know. I got cereal. I'm so sorry that I always eat so much when we play, but it's lunchtime and I'm hungry.
It's never even crossed my mind, to be honest.
Guess who's back? Back again.
Hello. There we go.
Hello.
Oh, it's me.
It's a me, Jackio.
I'll figure out a way to make that hang there. In the meantime, I'm eating nerds. I don't know how you're supposed to eat nerds. Probably not like this, but I'm going to do it anyway.
That's exactly how you're supposed to eat him.
Yeah,
It even has a little push-in thing.
Oh. Oh, yeah.
It's like Smarties. And you just tip them in there.
I've
First
eating
15
nerds,
minutes.
isn't that cannibalism?
So dramatic.
It is cannibalism.
Dox's camera cover kind of looks like blurry teeth, X-ray, and red. I didn't even. Too late for me to see now. Damn it. Oh yeah.
Oh my god, it does.
That's almost scary now.
Yeah, it totally is.
Mm-hmm.
What actually is it?
It's Hank.
It's a blurry teeth X-ray in red.
Wow. Yeah, but my dentist never lets me take it home. They have to keep it for some reason. No, you cannot take a second one.
Okay. We're back. Shall we continue? Yep. You guys then go off and do your business. You go off to your tents separately and have your a nice rest. That's 2 nights in a row you've managed to sleep.
Holy shit.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Wonderful.
Make the most of
Thank
it.
you. All filled up with all your hit points and your detect thoughts are back and all that kind of nonsense. Wonderful.
I should have. Okay, actually, if nothing eventful happens for the rest of the night, at some point, I'm just going to cast Heal at Oro to see if it counts as a magical explosion that unlocks anything else. And if Oro doesn't say anything, she's just going to go about it the rest of her night.
No effect. There's no effect.
I feel like it's going to be a slow escalation in this. It's like one night, Nuri is just going to cast like fireball.
Just see if it...
Yeah.
I approve of this experimentation. Which means you probably should stop doing it.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Horrible.
you...
Yeah, go ahead. Never mind.
No.
Continue on. It doesn't matter.
Is there anyone else want to interject with anything that you're doing with your evening before I continue? No. Okay, cool. Then you guys have a nice night's sleep. You wake up feeling nice and well rested. Nurli, you are feeling the absence of your dreams. It is becoming very pointed and notable, salient every time you wake up and recognize that you are not dreaming at all. And it is unsettling. How are you coping with it?
Not well. I think normally in the morning, like especially anyone who's been traveling with her for a long time, so like especially Oro, Caesar, like, she normally would, like, get up and wash her face and brush out her hair and fix it back up and, like, start making something to eat or whatever, and has, like, a morning routine. She probably does some, like, reading and journaling, and, like, she's just increasingly a mess. Like, as time goes on, she wakes up, she's, like, groggy, she's not bubbly in the mornings, she's, like, sometimes she forgets to wash her face, kind of stuff, like, just really disconcerted.
The rest of you are well woken just by the normal sounds of the circus around you as people go about their day. Any particular morning plans? Anywhere you want to be? Anything you want to do?
I think Aura's noticed Neurali's not waking up in the same sort of mood. So is trying to use her like druid craft to like make her try to be like excited about the day or something like that. Like making nice little scents happen, and he's like, look at this. And then like make like a flower bloom or whatever the fuck. Like I'm doing a lot of cute shit that I'm like, huh? Trying to inspire her to like continue.
Instantly cheered up. That's actually so adorable. I feel like, yeah, what it really is like she's just a bit morose, and she's like, instead of journaling like thoughtfully, she's journaling like worriedly, and then like that melts away.
That's lovely.
What's the Cormier equivalent of full English? I'd like to get us all one each, obviously.
A full Cormerian.
Full Cormerian. Yeah, okay.
Sure. I mean, you've got. I mean, you're not actually far off from Walloon, which is a full city. Like, you've got options. You know, you can. I mean, if you're willing to take do the trip, you can. Some improved shopping choices. You're currently eating whatever is an option at the mess hall.
How far are we from Willoon?
A couple hours.
I don't think Neurali would have any desire, but she would go if people wanted to go to the city.
I put on the same disguise that I had yesterday.
Just for the day, or
for now? Because I can take it off, right?
Yeah,
or am I stuck? Okay.
So you can change your disguise and use your disguise goggles as much as you'd like whilst you're at the circus. If you leave the circus, then it's a once per day thing.
Yeah. Okay, maybe I'll change it then. Maybe I'll hold on. Get back to me.
Does all the green body paint wash off? Sorry, go ahead.
I'm going to say that it does for you, because you usually have quite a meticulous amount of cleaning going on. You're quite on top of it. What was you had little ears for the snake.
Mm-hmm.
Snake's name is
Scythe.
Scythe. Yeah, Scythe. Still getting acclimated, Randall.
Daredile DM.
Yeah, sure. What kind of outfit did you have on? Do you have any face paint or anything like that?
I actually don't remember. I think probably.
And Haiku was painted up like Nugget.
Yeah.
Okay. I think you will find yourselves in a mixed state of whether or not your face paints, etc., have come off, your body paint, apart from Nerily, who is fine.
I do think, though, since we're kind of like, maybe not full on lying low, but kind of lying low, I think I am going to keep using the hairpin. But I'm just going to try to look as like what Neurali thinks of as like the most average looking person she's seen in Cormir, which obviously like she's like fucking iridescent and shit. So she's just gonna have like plain dark brown hair. She's gonna like make her dress just look like normal traveler's clothes, and it's just gonna be like really super toned down from the normal like motifs and like a bit of like extravagance that she was using the dress for.
I really love the idea of an average person from Faerun, because that must be, you know, one wing, half a tail. Like,
Well, I will say because she
Yeah.
looks like a half elf, right?
no, I
So
know.
just
I'm just thinking the same way that you think of like the average human having 1.5 legs or whatever. Like it's quite funny to think.
oh
Yeah.
The average Faerunian is because there are so many different species of varying origin and features.
yeah.
Okay, so you're looking as common denominator, nondescript as you can make yourself.
Yeah, as Jane Doe the Traveler as possible.
Sure.
Haiku, are you going to change your look?
I was just thinking about this.
Hmm.
Okay. In Haiku's head, I don't think Haiku would be concerned about being disguised. Because as far as they're concerned, Haiku's description is a turtle who carries a shit ton of stuff on their shell. Whereas at the moment, they are a turtle with 1 or 2 things dangling off of it.
Right.
So in their head, I think they're just going to go out looking like they would do normally.
Right. Okay.
Now, in terms of if anyone else wants to make a point of that, please do if you want to. But that is how their logic is going to work.
See, clearing off your shell was a blessing in disguise. Because now you blend in.
That is true, to be fair. Yeah, I do blend in a little bit better.
Is Haiku really just having like 1 or 2 items on the shell? You're not going to have them in like a pocket or a little satchel. They're all like, because it goes from having a clusterfuck of stuff on your shell, which is all like, you know, attached to one another, you know,
That's
like
true.
kind of like, to suddenly looking very sad.
They're probably all what little remains is probably just like dangling off the bottom of the rim.
Do you have
like belt like almost?
I mean, it sounds like just married. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
hands? Yeah.
Hands dangling off.
Just adventurer.
Just
Do you have like, you know, the like racks that go on top of a car? Do you have something like that that affixes everything to the shell? Do we just see like the car rack on your shell now, or how do things stick to it?
No. The madness is like most of those items were load bearing items.
Load
Like-
bearing items.
That's the true chaos of it all.
So there was like one epoxied item, and everything else was like woven into that, huh?
Yeah, I feel like the best engineer in Corme could have tried to replicate it and would never be able to do it.
Sheer
'Cause I don't
madness.
think Haiku was fully, you know.
No, I've got a question for you that goes into some deep portal lore. How did Haiku's shell look compared to other members of Haiku's family who had also gone off into the world looking for gadgets and gizmos?
Oh,
Is it
It's gonna look
Haiku specific thing to have everything balanced on the shell? Do they go off and collect things, but they are like, yeah, I'll put it in a Tesco bag?
I think so. I think that's pretty much down to like preference. And I imagine there's some which may be considered rogues within the family that may find something, analyze it, decide it's not the thing, and just leave it. But they may be a little bit frowned upon for doing so.
Right. So
I
everyone
mean-
else collects it, and where do they put it?
That's right.
Bandoliers, stuff like
Oh.
that. I reckon a turtle is strong enough to probably pull a cart around if needs be.
Yeah.
Maybe some of them are more practical and have one of those magical bags.
Okay. So on average, they don't. Your family don't tend to have all of their stuff on their shell.
No, sorry, yeah. So the average is probably a significantly toned down haiku.
Right. Okay.
Haiku is an extreme in one way.
Right.
Mm.
Okay. And no other ways are they extreme.
Yeah. I was also just actually thinking the color, because I mean, if there are any turtle experts in the chat, please do correct me. I would assume, yes, I get that comment a lot, by the way, Katie. I would assume shells would change color over time depending on like exposure.
Like the
Is that
sun.
yeah?
Yeah.
Is that gonna change how the shell looks? Is it now gonna be
Sure.
like a little bit paler or something like that?
I
Or
mean,
is it
that
gonna be
makes
like
sense to me.
bits burnt into it where there's been the odd gap?
We don't need a
That's just something I
zoologist in chat. We don't need a
If
marine
Now-
biologist.
Yeah. Now I'm like,
It's
okay, is it
fantasy.
like grass where without the exposure to the sunlight it starts to like look like a sickly yellow, or is it like the freshest green is like cloth, where like the freshest green is the stuff like the part of the shell under what was covered and everything else is like sun faded, right? Like
I saw a turtle have some barnacles removed from it the other day, and underneath it was like a lot like paler. But I don't know if that's like the result of the barnacle or the
Bleaching.
result of like the something else.
Haiku was like, "Oh, I forgot I had that mark in my shell," and everyone else was like, "Looks the same as the rest of it."
Yeah.
I'm googling now.
What about your arm thingy-majig?
Oh, that stays.
Can we look? Yeah, of course it stays. Obviously, I'm not going to take it off
If-
you, but
I mean, if you would like, I can like maybe like wrap some stuff around it, make it maybe look like a bandage.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll do
That's
that.
good.
God forbid what my hand looks like when I take this thing off.
Oh, yeah.
Pruny.
God.
So much skin to rub off.
There's like some old like
Cast.
some like peas down there,
Oh.
like a fort.
It's just a whole other stash of items.
That's where they've all
This
gone.
is where it's all the small items go in there.
Oh wait, that
Okay.
was the thing I was looking for.
So, turtle shells need sunlight to absorb UV rays and synthesize vitamin D, which helps grow their shells and their bones. So, it says turtles can experience shell damage from blocked UV rays, and it can weaken the shell and deform the bones.
Oh
So,
no, I'm
I
gonna be
wonder if there's
brittle.
like a little bit of like a weak spot, yeah, from the lack of sun.
Oh shit.
Your AC goes down by 2.
No!
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I'm mid writing it down.
No,
No.
I was kidding. I was kidding.
You've got 10 seconds to
I was
commit.
kidding. I was kidding.
I'm not against it.
I'm not always mean.
I mean, some of it was still exposed. So, but I do think it would be there would probably be like a noticeable, maybe like a little bit of like a change in color or
Yeah.
something, kind of
Does that
like
mean-
more
You
like
see the
grass.
outline of some of the shapes.
Yeah.
There's maybe like an indent where a particularly heavy item was.
Mm-hmm.
Does that mean if I leave myself exposed for long enough, shaking the shell by the way, just to emphasize, am I going to grow? I'm gonna get a little bigger.
Wouldn't that be funny if you actually got taller because you were actually able to absorb the sunlight properly?
Finally get the nutrients you need.
Do you think
alright.
that Haiku is going to continue putting things on their shell, or is this a new leaf?
What if
Little feet.
Haiku's less grouchy about adventuring because they're getting the proper amount of vitamin D now? Because vitamin D can impact your mood like that.
That's really funny.
I love that idea.
I love the idea that you don't have to completely change, but like the next time we go into a place and somebody asks us for some small favor, everybody kind of like pauses and winces, waiting for Haiku to say something. And Haiku's just like, "Oh yeah, that should be quick and easy." And we're like,
That's
the
brilliant.
magic, the dark magic has
have-
got to.
I have noted this down.
And it really aligns with, do you remember like the original thoughts that we had for your
Yeah.
character? Being like, you know, like really uplifted and joyous and naive about everyone liking them
Yeah.
and all that kind of stuff. And it's just got worse over. That's what they were like when they left the island.
It makes sense because, like, a Hoi Hoi would probably be quite a sunny place.
Yeah.
Oh, they just needed a bit of vitamin D.
Wow.
Who doesn't need a little bit of D in their lives, you know?
I
Andy.
think Haiku's got plenty of that. Yeah.
That's fair.
Vitamin D and D.
I've decided what Oro wants to disguise herself as today. She wants to be she wants to look like an old lady, but like a 70-year-old lady who like walks a lot. Like she's very like fit and active. And she has matching jumpsuit on, pink. And on the butt, it says juicy on it.
Juicy, yes!
I knew it would say juicy. I knew it would say juicy.
She's got a perm, like curl. She's got curlers in that she's kept in. She's not taken them out, and she's got her makeup done and red boobs.
You're going by Gladys today.
Yeah.
If you like one of those athletic ones, you have like those like weighted ankle things on as well. You're power walking around.
yeah. Little armbands as well. Footbands.
They make some of those now that look like bracelets. They're made to look like bracelets and they're weighted, so you can just wear them around and no one will be able to tell that you're working out.
Wow.
Not a problem I have in life. I love that.
The plan for today, guys.
Go to the
Travel up.
library.
Yeah. We wanted to talk to Evelyn. Is there a way we could beep boop her? Or we could pop in?
Is there like a
sending stone back there?
There
I
isn't.
mean,
I was wondering. Yeah, go ahead.
surely we could like reasonably assume that would there be like a scrying place in Wayloon, considering it's a city.
Maybe.
It's
Just-
not two-way comms, though, is it?
No, scrying is not.
Oh,
Does the circus
There
not
must just be
have
a
someone with
postal
sending?
service.
There's a postal service. You didn't send. You haven't given her a stone sending. The only one you've sent
Nope.
out has been to Hilda.
Yeah,
No, I
I've not got
meant-
that back.
Does someone at the circus know how to cast sending? Because there's like a
Oh.
Yeah, there's just a spell for it, right?
there's spellcasters that do like the special effects and stuff.
There is a wizard here. What
A
is his
wizard.
name, though?
The wizard. Elrond.
Elrond.
Well, there is
And the
Elrond.
other
Just
wizard.
Elrond.
There's the other one. The other one whose name I've forgotten. Francois.
Oh.
Francois.
What if a giant stands on each of his shoulders and just shouts?
Could work.
Probably ask one of those guys. They cast a spell of sending to someone they've never met.
Did Randall ever establish who was going to receive the manor when they died? Okay, so Randall has a will.
Mm-hmm.
You guys read the will.
Okay, yes. Who got the house? Is Evelyn in danger of losing Evelyn's housing? Is my question. I can't remember.
We need a hard copy of this will that we've printed out.
Because didn't it just like read in the book or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was in the beginning of the book. Please hold.
Holding space.
I'm kidding.
I know. I wrote too much
Basically,
text.
let me explain my thought process here. We could just see if there's a wizard nearby who can cast sending, and we can cast sending to Evelyn and be like, hey, don't tell anyone, but we're okay. Don't listen to them if they say we're dead. But if we're worried that somebody might try to take the manor away from her in Parsnip, then it would be better to just send a letter through a courier that includes like a written copy of Randall's will or something like that, is what I'm thinking.
good news. I don't know whether it's explicitly in here.
Oh, good.
Maybe Randall could fill that out now.
It's too late. It's already inked and you've already read it. Not that you have a physical copy of it anyway, because it was in the book. Unless you still have the book.
Surely Randall would have known better than to put ambiguous wording into a will.
Maybe he didn't think it was ambiguous at the time.
Or maybe the will is actually in the manor house and we have no idea, because that would be the safest place for it. Would be not with the adventurers who could die at any moment.
True.
Or maybe it's in a safety deposit box in the monastery. We'll never know.
Mm.
Fair enough, we'll be living there, isn't it, when we get back?
What'd you say?
Does that do a quote? That doesn't do a quote. That's the relevant paragraph that you have read from the will is in the Roll20 chat.
Well, that will do.
I mean, surely that line, "the rest is as much yours as it is mine," would imply that.
Yeah,
but I think there could be a argument in D&D court that that's referring to the money as the beginning of the paragraph refers to.
Yeah.
But there is also an implied looking after the mansion by providing money for the upkeep. So,
Mr. DM, do we need to care about if the man is going to go, or do we need to care about it? Okay.
Nah,
because otherwise we could get really deep.
That sounds like boring D&D.
Yeah.
Sounds like admin.
Okay.
I'm not here for boring D&D.
Okay.
Admin work.
The ownership has been transferred to the completionists as a organization.
Okay.
Wait, but if they think we're dead, then what?
Yeah.
No problem. Evelyn's
let's worry about Evelyn is an
Evelyn's a named
member.
director of the company.
Who's the LLC made out to?
Let's just worry about what you're doing with your day.
I can't go now, can I?
I mean, if we understand that it's made out to the completionists and we want to keep up the ruse that we're dead, then we can simply draft up a quick will, leaving, like, in the event of the death of every member of the completionists, the manor is bequeathed unto Evelyn.
Sure.
And a sum for the upkeep shall follow, and we can just have that delivered via a courier.
Sure.
Yeah.
Legal work is sent via. You want to have that sent by the premium service and the business premium service, which is 50 gold piece.
Could we hire a member of the circus for? I mean, I'll pay them whatever. We have so much money. But that way we don't have to worry about like the official mail getting interrupted. We can send it with a trusted person if they have like their own couriers.
I mean, the premium courier business service is insured.
Oh, it's insured?
Yeah.
And it's a private courier.
Can we know all the different options for mailing service tiers that we have for a large letter, please?
So you have basic. You have expedited.
This is what I'm here for, D&D.
Business and premium business.
Can we just make sure we're not going with a D&D version of Every?
Yeah, yeah.
Is Every
I'll
US
pay.
Bad.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Every's bad, yeah.
Yeah, Every is like, we'll throw
a
your parcel
UPS
over the fence.
Courier service.
So they're the FedEx of the US.
Yeah.
So FedEx is probably a name you recognize. What you might not know is that there was a big scandal for several years where they kept finding entire like truckfuls of letters and parcels just dumped off the side of the road in remote places. In fact, there was a huge story. One of the
just jam it into a mouth and fire.
Oh my god!
Not me.
You forget that's a voice line. It's so violent. Violent. And every time it happens, you just gotta look up at Jack and be like, oh my god.
Thank you for buying it.
God. That's so violent.
I had a huge parcel of makeup go missing and was marked delivered during the big FedEx scandal. And I was like, it was literally last marked in the city where you uncovered the like acres and acres of dumped parcels. That's where it is. Please give me my money back. And they were like, no, we won't do it.
Oh my god, that's so stupid.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Mm-hmm.
And
Anyway, so if you'll just mark 50 gold off of my portion of the money that I literally never spend, Docs, I will pay for the service.
How has this happened?
Oh, come on,
Because
who
you
was it-
still
who
have
was it gonna
access to
be?
the thing.
Who was it
and
gonna
I was-
be, Docs? Who else was it gonna be?
Atheo has his own money. He hasn't got party money.
No, it's
Oh.
because we didn't do the upkeep
Yes.
of getting the information from you to all have access to it. I think you might have put the link in there, but no one pinned it, so I don't know where it's at.
I think it may be pinned.
No,
Oh, okay.
the money
You-
is not. I already looked.
I don't feel bad for ignoring it then.
The bingo card is pinned.
No
Our
one wants to do
homebrew
that.
rules.
Also, I mean, if it's Dox's baby ledger, he made it. He coded it. He's he
I
wrote
mean,
it
it's
out.
like a few columns with some on
I
it.
know.
Somewhat.
Sounds complicated.
I'd hate to mess it up.
Oh no!
Doesn't matter to me. It's none of my gold's in there.
Wait, you're part of the party. You have access to party funds.
No, he's still on his probation period.
Yeah, Atheo has his own money that is not part of the. Atheo has more money than anybody else in the party right now
Fucking hell.
Oh, really?
by a decent margin.
I've got some of my personal money on my persons.
Oh, maybe not then.
Dale doesn't have to
Spend 270 gold.
upkeep a mansion.
Yeah.
It's true.
Didn't
Or
have
an
to
inn.
invest.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I love that we got together like several thousand gold to invest in that inn, and we have not paid ourselves back hardly at all, like a gold or two at a time. Like we're just like, that was an RP thing. Our investment was purely for roleplay purposes.
Yeah.
I've been telling you the money that comes back in these little inn
It's-
shenanigans.
It's in
Mhm.
there. It's all in the spreadsheet.
Yeah.
It's just not a lot.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
It's
the
fine.
most
as
we've
long-
ever got is plus 17.
little bits at a time. Get the ball rolling. We don't care about loads of profit. Okay.
Yeah.
You're
Well,
right.
And we
Fine.
also bought a present for Lavender that costs 52.
So we're overall in the red. Good.
Oh yeah.
Also, when we were doing the tavern thing a bit more like every week, I think there was a theme where everything I said was costing us stuff.
Yeah.
It was like,
We weren't making money.
There wasn't
Fireworks show.
Yeah.
So if we at some point sit down and have a conversation about what our next steps are, I think that gets drafted and sent off.
Yeah.
And Neurali will suggest checking out the monastery, since who knows what Arius might have done with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Athale's been quite clear about the desire to go to the monastery
Yes.
library. The rest of you kind of want to make sure that it's not a pile of rubble.
Yeah.
Be nice. And while Eleron has said, let's go to Suzale and kick out this fucking wizard from my wizard tower, he's also said, let's do that like in a week. I
Yeah.
need some rest period. I've been in a prison for 18 years.
we can only
Um,
do so much at once. We're gonna go to some other plane anyway on the way to this library. Let's
Yeah, somehow.
Transport some rest.
Okay, so are we off?
Well, I
Did you
do.
spend? Did you spend money, by the way? Because I do have it open.
I think it was
Yeah, the 50 gold for the premium delivery service. And I'll tip them 5 more.
tracked?
Yeah, it's a premium service. Obviously, we're going to get a receipt of delivery, which will be delivered to Hilda.
Oh no, I meant like, can we see where it is in real time?
So they give you like a
Magical to
little
package
scrying,
tracking.
stone, which just has a constant picture of your parcel the whole time.
Oh my god, yes. I want to do my like goodbyes to Mom and the Giants and who have you. But we don't have to RP that. We like to do that. I want to know what's going on with the Giants though. What are they sticking together?
pally.
Excellent.
They're pally. There's been a bit of a discussion about what Drazik will do next. Hilda has asked if Drazik wants to stay. Drazik's response was quite, I don't know what I have to offer. I've got nowhere else to go. I don't know what to do with myself. I don't want to be a burden. And Hilda said, I'm sure we've got, some blacksmithing that needs to be done. If you can help, a farrier for horses, for making horseshoes, that kind of thing. Give us a hand around the place, and he seems keen to do so. He's not volunteered himself for any kind of circus acrobatics, and he doesn't seem enamored with the circus life, but he's happy to be being treated, with some kindness.
Mhm.
And Vince is quite happy to have someone else that's someone. He's a little bit secretly pleased that he's not the biggest person around, because while like his size was never something that gave him any kind of like power, really. Like it wasn't something that like made him like a cool person to be around. Like he wasn't like happy to be the biggest guy. He was always treated well at the circus, and that was never a problem. I think Vince was probably more on the like self-conscious of size kind of part of the spectrum than the look how sick and cool I am. I'm so big. So there being someone else around, what he's kind of doing now is occasionally, if anything like gets knocked over because Jadek's just so big, he's like doing all the like low key like well intentioned jokes that people would make about people being really like large and like tall and stuff. Oh, watch your head, like that kind of stuff. He's like making all those jokes at Drazik because he knows that those are the jokes that were lightheartedly and affectionately made towards him. He's now doing to the bigger person.
What weather like so high? Ha ha ha.
So they're having it's a positive environment. Hilda is expecting you to be back shortly. She's happy to see you go, but she's saying you go back to that monastery, but you're coming back to pick up this guy because I don't want him around too long. She wants to turf Elrond out.
That's fair.
She low key expresses to you that she's already getting a bit annoyed with him. Because their relationship was always they'd see each other once every year or once every couple of years for a short period of time, and then it was never it wasn't like a long-term committed relationship. It was a recurring
Comment partner.
Yeah, well, yeah, they're companions, but not in a relationship.
Yeah,
in any formal sense.
I mean, if needs be, well, I reckon we can get him drunk, pull a few more cards.
no.
I think that tradition has been on ice for a bit.
Permanently cancelled.
Tradition.
Yeah.
Immediately sent back to the same prison.
That would be so funny, though.
So she's looking forward to seeing you again soon, and sends you away with a big kind of like takeaway of some of the food that you had at the banquet. Make sure that you're well fed.
Heck yeah.
No rations, baby.
Hell yeah.
And you guys are kind of able to do whatever it is that you want to do. You're welcome to, if you wanted to just portal there, you can portal there because you got the teleport spell. If you wanted to take the several days trip, like a week almost to get, it's over a week to get to Arabelle. You're welcome to do that instead. What do you fancy?
If only taking a horse and cart would be any quicker.
I feel like they started
heavy stuff.
Insane.
I feel like everybody started kind of like talking about like how to get there, and Nerly looks up from the ground where she's like halfway done with a chalk drawing and is like, was there a question of that?
Okay. You're going to cast a spell teleport, and you're going to take yourself to the teleportation circle at the monastery, the Liber Amans monastery, just up north of Arabelle, from the Egbert Circus of Columba, which is near Quedun. Quite a trip, but it's over in moments as a blue shimmering, just translucent. It's got a little bit of pearlescence in there. Portal appears in front of you. Oh, I knew it. Appears in front of you. You're able to step through. As a
If it ain't
party-
moonlight, it ain't me. Sorry, go ahead.
So you're leaving Drazik behind this time, and Elrond, but you do have obviously Nugget with you again, and the completionists are complete. You step through the portal, and you arrive in the quiet chambers of the library. We have a quiet chambers sort of music going on in here. Let's see what we've got. Something called library ambiance.
Is it like quietly busy, or is it like quietly eerie?
I will describe it to you in just a moment. Do not fear.
Just a little bit more anticipation. Every bit of anticipation that can be eked out.
Mm-hmm.
We're going for
I-
monk temple and library ambiance.
Ooh.
I'm glad it isn't just immediately on fire.
Yep, right.
Because that was what I was sort of concerned about when we were teleporting in. It's like, well, we are going to teleport in.
Yeah, well, I mean, if it's all ashes, then there's no fire. You know, it's done. It was a
It's been
while
long
ago.
enough the fire would have burnt out. Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys are stood at the base of a quite large statue. This particular statue is of a knight with a lance and a shield, and the teleportation circle that you are standing in is facing up towards. Can you like at the base of this massive statue that you recognize to be from the center of the library? It is a depiction of Ogma, the kind of god of knowledge, who is usually depicted to be quite plain clothed and humble. This particular depiction has him as like a questing knight off to search for knowledge. This is a statue that has been here before, so you are familiar with it. You turn around, and through the two open doors of the main chamber, you see that you are on the upper level of the library. There is some very quiet rustling as you hear people moving around the library. It is in one piece. It does not appear to be burned to the ground. Some people do appear to be here going about their business, but it is very quiet, very, very hushed, even more so than perhaps during previous visits.
I mean, at least it's at least it's still standing.
Yeah. What is the name of the elephant guy?
Albert.
Albert Humperdinck.
Albert
Mhm.
Humperdinck.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm glad it's still here. Now to find out what he came here for. Hopefully.
Oh yeah. Do we know the name of the a main guy here?
You should
Master
do.
Kulf.
Master
That's it.
Kulf, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I have no memory. Don't be
We
surprised
know
if I don't
Albert
remember
as
anything.
well. We know Albert if we see him.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I look pretty different from normal, so and early he seemed to like you last time.
Yeah, I'd have to tell him that it's me. I think we can just start with Albert, yeah, and see if they have a record of anything that Garius might have checked out or read. Surely they keep records of that. Randall is always keeping records of basically everything.
Okay. So we do have a map, but I'm leaving that until it's necessary. do you want to describe to me like what in particular it is you want to try and like where in the library you want to try and get to? You know, for example, that there are several classrooms. You know that the large library in itself has loads of kind of nooks and crannies for which you can kind of grab some books and hide away. There are plenty of forbidden sections. There are some offices, some bedrooms, and there is like a librarian's main desk.
I think Nerly would suggest starting off literally just going to like an information desk and seeing if Albert's there, and if not, seeing if they could just fetch Albert.
Sure. So you know that simply enough, actually, you can kind of just take the stairs behind the statue, and it will take you down to the kind of the main antechamber on the ground floor. And as you do so, there's only a couple of rooms that you need to walk through in order to get to the librarian's desk. The first is like a small little waiting room, past some storage, and through the kids' literature. So you kind of wind yourself through the bookshelves and musty tomes. Are very much a thing of the other hallways. These are not musty tomes, they are messy tomes, and the pages have been torn out and sellotaped back in or glued back in and drawn all over the cover and that kind of stuff. And you kind of like kind of snake your way through the bookshelves towards the main desk. As you do so, you see some books dotted around. You see along the spines, Cat in the Helm, The Taking Tree, Charlotte the Phase Spider's Web, and The Very Hungry Rust Monster.
Classic.
Love it.
Shortly, you find yourself at the Librarian Superior's desk. The Librarian Superior's desk is manned by someone that you are only briefly familiar with because you have seen them in the kind of the cafeteria, not even cafeteria, at the tables and desks where you tend to usually have your food whilst staying here. This is the Librarian Superior, whose name is Bear.
Do you address them as Librarian Superior Bear, or do you just say Bear, or like Master Bear, or?
Well, you've never spoken to Bear before.
Oh.
Bear has a bit of a reputation as being, so as you're aware, you can visit the library and stay for a while. Guests are allowed to stay for a while, though they don't tend to stay in the building. There is a small building kind of attached to the library that acts almost like a guest house with just very basic bedding, like a kitchen, courthouse, that kind of stuff. Pretty much nothing there. But there is a kind of a range of attitudes amongst the staff about the visitors. Some people are happier to see them than others. So it's not so super surprising that this particular member of staff is not overly welcoming. Sorry, the temple stopped repeating. Back on.
Do we maybe open up with a joke? So,
Yeah,
like,
look, you're wrong.
start a conversation, then pause and go, sorry, bear with me.
So Librarian Superior Bear is a especially small halfling who is extraordinarily hairy. They have a very long kind of messy brown hair, a huge bushy beard that is also quite tangled, and then you can see that their kind of robes are pinched up at the elbow like this, and their forearm hair is quite impressive as well. They are currently messing with some kind of contraption behind the desk. The desk itself is covered in parchments, many of them meticulously organized. They aren't just like willy-nilly thrown about. They appear to be pinned to the desk or in folders that are pinned to the desk and are on trays that they can like slide around. There's some clearly very serious organization going on.
I can just kind of walk up. Hello there, excuse me. Sorry. I'm wondering if I could stage whispering. I'm wondering if I could speak to Albert, please. Albert Humperdinck.
Wait. I don't know what it's called. Wait. I've not used it before.
I'm
I
hoping the
love this.
shushing noise is coming through my microphone, by the way. It's not lighting up. I think you're
It's
just going
not.
to have to go for this. The
The
I
noise
think we-
expression
cancelling.
was enough.
Yeah,
The
we got
noise
the
cancelling
point.
I've got on. I'll try and...
Excuse me. Oh, there it goes. It almost came through.
Okay, I could pick up an object and cause it to have up to 25 words of text to be printed on it. If you want to ask
Okay.
questions via that. God, I've not used that since I started.
Is it called a pen and paper?
No, it's magical tinkering. Magic, Tom. God.
It's like
Why would I
It's
just
more-
write it when I
it's
could
more
just
like
make
an
it
etch a
happen?
sketch.
That is the over-engineering of the...
I'd like to think they pick up an actual piece of paper and manipulate it magically. I'm going to pick up the closest object I can find and cause it to display the question, can we please speak to Albert Humperdinck?
Bear nods.
Okay. Change it to say, where is he? Okay, maybe he's just being awkward. I'm going to put, where is Albert Humperdinck? Okay, you actually don't know. He doesn't know where Albert is.
Where is he usually?
Where is he usually?
Around. Can you call him?
You know what? I mean, there is one thing we could do. Pretty quiet, eh? No, just
Just scream. Ah, burn! Like,
I mean, I reckon it would work. At least it would achieve the goal of getting Albert's attention if he's here.
I mean, maybe we could just go walk around real fast and we'll find him.
okay.
Like, shall I ask if we can just have a wander around?
Sure.
Being polite, trying to turn a new page.
Oh. Jesus.
It's the sunlight. It's the sunlight. All right. We'll have a walk around.
Sure. Let's secure the map.
Oh, yeah.
You're currently on the ground floor.
Home from home.
I'm going to stick you down as a haiku's token for now. If you want to put your own tokens on there to indicate where you are at any given point, if it's different from where haiku is, feel free to do so. You're currently down here on the right-hand side. I'll shoot you over there with the fancy magical camera thing that I can do.
I've not
Or
been
you can
shoot-
right click ping now instead of having to hold and click.
You haven't been shoot. Be shoot.
Oh, yeah.
I've been shooped. Or maybe I was scrolling when you
Oh, yeah.
the shooting.
The shooptening.
You're currently in kids literature. You know, earlier today when I said I did loads of prep, but it wasn't on the right thing. I've prepped book names for every single section.
Wow.
So if you want to ask about book names, you can. I haven't
I-
necessarily prepped book content.
I was going to say Theo's probably just idly reading the book's titles, so.
Sure. I will take a perception check from specifically Haiku with no help.
Knew what I was going to
Well, like how it's
No
specifically me.
guidance.
Nope.
Wow.
Uh,
19, no.
Considering I have a plus 12, that's
Bad.
not great.
It could be better. You notice, and this is because you're an artificer. You notice that the contraption that they were kind of fiddling with before you came into the room appears to be mechanical in nature. It does not fit the aesthetic or the theme or anything with the other kind of materials around the room or in the library since you've been here. Like, you've not seen it before. That doesn't mean it hasn't been here. It just means you haven't noticed it until this point. It's intriguing to you. It is about the size of like a book. It is metal, and you can see that it has several kind of like pages, and there's all sheets of metal. On each of the pages are digits, and the digits are kind of you can manipulate them. The digits appear to be on kind of like imagine like kind of not a cog. What am I trying to think of? Like a washer.
A dial.
Kind of, yeah, like a bolt or a nut.
Okay.
It has a number on each portion of it, so you can kind of cycle them through.
Okay. So it look like they're struggling with it.
No, they seem to be using it quite deftly.
Okay. Well, I'd probably just. I mean, unless these people are like 6 foot plus, I probably can just sort of like walk up behind them and just lean over and.
So they are behind a desk. And the desk's only entry, as you can kind of see on the map, there is a door behind it.
Oh, yes, sorry. Okay, well, I'll just walk up to the desk then and be like, I'm gonna then pull it back out. The paper which I'm magically manipulating.
Yeah.
What is it? In brackets, I'm an artificer.
My special interest.
In brackets, I'm nosy.
They bring up a piece of paper and they scribble away on it for a little bit. And think of a good fun name for this. So I went a different route. And it's.
Is it a speak and say? Or a see and
No.
speak? Whatever.
It is. It's called. They spell it out. COLCULATOR.
What was that last three, sorry?
TOR.
E.
T.
Your mic is cutting it out, so we just keep hearing E.
Why
E.
is it cutting out?
NATO.
Okay, it is COLCULATOR.
Okay, that's a calculator. No, calculator, sorry. In all seriousness, mechanical
Steam-powered.
calculators are cool as fuck. Like, I very much would like one.
So I mean, as an artificer, you can conceive of a calculator. But it's impressive to you, but you know that this is not a calculator.
Oh. Okay.
So conceptually, this is something that has clearly some kind of numerical interface.
Yeah.
But you know again that it has pages. Like, there are different pages that are also filled with numbers.
Interesting. I mean, my next question would then be, what does it do?
They write down logs. No, no math boy, not that kind of log.
My next question would have been what type of logs, to be fair. So it's a cataloging machine, is what it is.
Yeah.
So like, could I feasibly come up with a thing of it probably like keep tracks of books, like it's like a mechanical Dewey Decimal System type of thing?
Would you like to roll an intelligence check? See if you can visually
Always.
deduce what they're using it for.
Always.
Bear is librarian superior.
Librarians.
Oh no!
Oh dear.
Oh no!
Oh dear.
What's happened here?
Is that the number that we're stuck with?
I mean, you could have a D6 of mine if you wanted, but it's...
I don't think it's going to make much
No,
difference.
it's not gonna pull you out of this. Okay. You cannot conceive of a world in which this kind of mechanical interface is of any value to a librarian. You suspect that this case this is actually being used as like maybe some kind of toy. Perhaps they're trying to learn numeracy, and they're using it to kind of just remember the numbers. And that is pretty much the limit of what you suspect.
Why would you dangle that carrot in front of me?
I didn't think you'd roll a nat 1.
Neither did I. Fucking roll 20.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
then.
our record, I think, today. 2 hours and a half. 2.5 hours. No,
Yeah.
engineer.
Yeah, we haven't sat down with roll 20 of it.
Oh.
Going with that, then Taiku probably just sort of like gives a bit of a disappointed look and a shake of the head and continues on. Jack
I could feel the
screaming
pain.
internally.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I could feel the pain when you said that. Continues on.
Could have had that.
Perhaps it's not all over. Right. So,
Can we
what
read
are
a
you
book
guys
title in here?
trying to do? Look, I've already read the ones for you here. In
Oh,
here
yeah.
it's Cat in the Helm, The Taking Tree, Charlotte the Phase Spider's Web, and The Very Hungry Rust Monster.
What's the taking tree a pun on? I get.
Giving
I know
tree.
the other three.
It's an American. I think it's a book that's not very well known
I've
in
never
the
read it.
UK.
But people talk about it a lot.
I put
It's
it in there for
it's a
Katie.
book that's about not giving what?
I put it in there for you.
Thank you. It's a book about not giving so much of yourself that you're hurting yourself.
Ah.
Wow. Deep.
Is there anything on this door? I like that's private.
So yeah, this is just as staff access. It's storage.
Okay.
I'm just following the crowd.
Cool.
I assume nobody around here? Or not
No,
Albert?
it's like I said, it is eerily quiet.
Okay. Leave it up to anyone else if they want to look in the toilets. That's it.
Think I'm good.
No, my knowledge of video games would tell me there does tend to be loot in one of those stalls.
Or at least a funny Easter egg.
Or the best place to hide from a ghost.
Or a spare calculator.
Calculator.
Is
Okay.
it always so quiet here?
Last time I was here, it was much busier, but it is still a library. Possible that they received notice too and that they're mourning Randall.
Is there like anything to suggest like some type of mourning ritual? Like if we look up, if there's just like a huge tapestry of Randall's face.
You could roll me a religion check.
Ooh, I would love to do that.
Can I assist neurally in doing that?
Sure.
Yes. I guidance myself.
Sure.
Well, my religion
Yeah.
is 5, weirdly enough. That's odd.
Your
Is
religion's
your
what?
religion better than Neurali's?
My religion's a 5.
Mine's also a 5, but I have proficiency.
Yeah, I feel like I need to artificially lower that.
No, it's because it's based on intelligence, weirdly.
Yeah.
Doesn't really make sense. 11. God damn it, all that.
Well, it's knowledge
11.
of religions.
Huh?
How much book learning you've done about religions?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's nothing here that you readily perceive as being related to morning,
Okay.
By afternoon.
but you rolled poorly.
I did roll poorly. I mean, I can't be sure. I don't know much about Agma, and it turns out that everything that I thought I knew about basically every god is pretty much wrong and distorted. So I don't know what the morning rituals would be.
I puff a flower bloom into existence, just as like a.
What kind of flower?
It's the lily.
Ooh, beautiful.
Haiku confused as to where Oro produced that from in such pristine condition.
I love the idea that Haiku completely overlooked Oro's entire little like druid not
Magic
expenditure. What is it? Yeah,
Plot.
little druid adventure, and has only just now realized that Oro can do plant magic.
To be fair,
It's Oro. She's just a little death machine.
Haiku was off with you guys at the library whilst Oro was doing this kind of solo. So
Yeah.
That's true.
Is this door got like a sign on it? Does it say what's?
yeah, so that is similar to the room that you've just kind of walked through. It is another waiting room. They are chambers that you've seen on visits previously. You've never been here, actually.
Nope.
Never mind. You've never been here. The only time
Is-
you were here was in a dream.
Nerily is giving what information she knows about each place that she has passed
Sure.
by or seen as we're going, quietly, of course.
Sure. Yeah.
Haiku's probably just pointing out points of interest. That they've
So there
been
is a sign with an arrow pointing towards the study hall that goes towards this room.
Let's have a little peek in.
There's nobody in here.
What about in here?
This is the study hall. You do see that there is one individual in here that appears to be working away. This is a femme dwarf. Once again, with a very large beard, who is tucked away almost behind a pile of books, like tomes just stacked on top of one another, kind of like readily like scratching away on like quill on parchment, as it were. I'm just doing some studying.
I don't plan on bothering them, so I'm.
Yeah, just keep going.
Sure.
Unless like they look up and they're like, "Who the fuck are these guys?"
No, they are fully enveloped in their stuff.
Oh, I was planning on.
Well, you can, yeah. We like walk ahead and then you pipe up. We'll stop.
Which set of tables are you on, Tom? Just to.
I'll stick you there. Who's north? The one's just north of you there.
I'm just like trying to be more, conscientious.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna tap someone on the shoulder that I don't know. I'll just sort of like pull up a chair next to them and maybe lean a bit.
Right.
That's better.
Don't know if I like vitamin D, Haiku.
Okay, sure.
Give them a wave.
So you're kind of leaning up to like the tower of books rather than the person.
Yeah, no, sorry, I'm not leaning into them. Just to point that out, I'm not leaning into them. It's more like pulling up to the table and leaning forward so their peripheral might be able to see me if they're so sort of into it.
Oh, I see.
But just to clarify.
Yeah. It seems very.
So you're not just
like
towering over them.
I did wonder that your reactions were that bad.
Literally, everyone went, "Ooh, that's better."
You suspect that you're probably in their peripheral vision. Part of it will be blocked by this massive tower of books that they've got. They don't seem remotely interested in starting a conversation with you.
Maybe I just slide the book slightly and just go, excuse me.
As you slide the books over, it reveals a very pissed off face. Like the books slide aside, and all you just see is just a dead glare.
Sorry, we could do with some help.
Do I look like someone who can help?
I mean,
you notice now that you're here that she's not wearing like the monastic robes that you've seen other members of staff. Where she is a visitor.
Oh.
She was just wearing a red shirt. She didn't actually work at Target.
All right. I am so sorry. Sorry, I thought you were a member of staff. I slide the books back and just walk away. Not even going to attempt to continue that. Literally walking backwards like I'm full rewind.
Sure. Fair enough.
I love it.
As I'm walking up to the rest of you, I'm like, I know.
It's okay. It looked really close to the robes. I get it.
Yeah.
Oh wait, does this door have anything on it?
So you can see there that it has kind of a sign directing you upwards. So it's up to level 2. And there is a sign underneath it as well that also reads Forbidden Section - History and People. You suspect that you wouldn't be able to have access to that without some kind of ability to open the door on the other side of here, etc. Mission, maybe.
Gotcha. Just log that in our brains. Oh wait.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we'll go back out the other way then. I'll peek in the toilets.
There's nobody in the loo. Actually, there is someone in the loos. This is an elderly human man, who is mopping. You open up the loo door into the stalls, and you can see that all the stalls seem to be empty. There is a gentleman in there with a mop. Doesn't look like Hank. You're okay. He's got no like hood on. He's got kind of like he's got janitorial duties. So you can see that he's wearing kind of like functional, convenient clothes. He's got a couple of pockets and a tool belt that've got some additional cleaning supplies on it. He's kind of got very short, kind of like bald on top, like grey hair. And tiny little spectacles on the end of his nose. But one thing you do notice is that he has a fat ass.
Is that like a make of mop or something?
No, he just has an unusually large derriere.
I like peek into the door to just be like, anyone in here? And I go, holy sorry.
He's mopping.
Yeah, no, I know. I still do that. I see his ass and I go, oh, so sorry. Was I sad?
Oh, it's okay.
We can't hear them. We can't
hear
them.
I'm really sad that you couldn't hear it.
Oh,
no. You know what I could do? You know what I can do?
Move on.
Yeah.
This is
Could move on.
Something I have the ability to do, and you're going to regret me doing this, is that this is the microphone with all my filters on.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens when I take the filters off. Is this better?
Oh,
oh my god!
So loud.
Is that better?
Janitor ASMR.
God.
Once these slots lopping away.
The sound in my Discord sound effects song. We didn't need that.
When your DM knows such as ass in all caps. See, you know what the best part, the reason that this guy's got a large ass? You notice as you kind of pop your head in there that he's got a name tag.
Mm-hmm.
And it says Janitor Keister.
Wait, what?
Keister is another
Keister.
word for butt.
Oh, I didn't hear what word you said.
Mm.
Sounded like you said something else.
I named him before the butt came about.
Oh.
I named
Wow.
him and I was like, wait a second.
I mean, his parents probably named him before the butt came around. Well, most likely.
I'm so sorry.
Maybe.
Your baby is all but.
Cool butt.
Baby got back.
Oh my god.
When we're on our way back out this room, can we look at the books that the dwarven lady has? Does she have any?
Yes.
You can.
So you can see at least
How to
one
make
of
friends.
them.
Yeah. To stop the
That
resting
joke will
bitch face.
become relevant if you get to that part of the library. One in particular that she's got out says making moves, new methods in dairy farming.
Excellent.
I love it. I love it.
Okay. Good. Alright.
I purposely walk past with like looking straight forwards.
Quickly shuffle back past again.
Thing, I've got all that vitamin D. I've lost all sense of flirting.
No.
Happened to me.
Yay!
You're
Thank you,
satiated.
No.
Your vitamin D requirements have been sated. You've lost your libido.
Does this door have a sign on it? Say what's in there?
That's once again that's a staff access only storage.
Okay.
Storeroom.
Right. Assume.
Sorry, where I'm currently on, Tom, these are stairs. Am I right in remembering that?
Yeah.
Now, if we're looking for Albert, would it not make for a bit more sense to maybe go up and then look down into this huge mix? I seem to also recall that it was open.
Yeah, it's open.
Sure.
So you could go upstairs and look down.
I might just be. I mean, it's up to the rest of you, really.
Yeah. Whatever.
Okay. I mean, for those of you who have been here already, I can give you a bit of a general layout of what like subject areas are in the library and like where you might find people potentially. You know that the absolute center of the ground floor is like kind of like a cozy kind of study area where there's some fireplaces. So remembering precisely what a watch section is in each place is quite difficult. You know that, for example, the dining halls are on this floor, and like a lot of this like bookable study rooms, that kind of thing. This floor in particular has a lot of the like, not a lot of, but well, a good chunk of like the magic and wizardry sections, and several of the forbidden sections. The next level has more of the like offices. So level 2 has more of the offices. I guess some more of the forbidden sections are like dotted around the outskirts. These are all sections that are roped off or like locked. If you're going through a door, they're locked. Otherwise, they're roped off. And some additional like classrooms and stuff like that. Some of the bedrooms are upstairs as well. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you are moving to floor 2. Feel free to just stick your tokens. You are just coming in through here.
Where was that? Over here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so you just come up those staircases there.
Gotcha.
And this is also where you arrived.
Yeah. Now, I was here in a dream before, right? That's where the thing was.
So you've never actually physically been here.
Yeah.
And the layout of the building is the same as it was in the dream that you were in, but none of the books are the same. The layout is different, that kind of thing.
Right. Shall we you want to go in the left and right rooms, or do you want to go into the big main room and have a scan?
I'll say do the big scan
Yeah.
around like Haiku is thinking, and then we can do the little rooms if we need to.
Sure. So from up here, as you look down, you can see that there is another member of staff who is organizing some of the books in the religion section, which is kind of below you and to the right. So it's over here. The religion section runs all the way around the right-hand side of like the base of like the ground floor. And also there are sections for it in the top floor. Oh no, wait, sorry, I've misread my own notes. Ground floor is where the staff member is currently. They are at the woodworking section.
Oh.
DIY woodworking section. And that runs around the ground level off towards self-help books. It does not look like they are a gift. They appear to be another elderly human librarian appears. They have a little trolley with them. They're putting some books back.
Okay. We see nobody else.
It seems odd. There is no one here with so much knowledge. I would expect this place to be full. There must be untold secrets in these tomes.
How many people did I see just kind of generally working around on like an average day when I was here before?
So you like the levels of staff aren't especially high, but there were plenty of visitors dotted around the place. You have seen so far one visitor, which is alarmingly low.
It's not much different in terms of like how many people are working here than it usually is, but usually there's a lot more visitors. I was here for like a week, I think, before, and there were just constantly people in and out.
And it's just to double check, it's not like the equivalent of a Sunday where it would become quieter anyways. It's actually just, it's very weirdly not many.
It's weirdly quiet, yeah.
Maybe we should talk to that person, and I point at the staff member, and just see if any, like, if there's a reason why not many people are here.
Yeah, I agree. Let's do that.
Yeah.
Sure. Going back down to the first floor.
Yeah.
Oh, it'd be so tempting to just shout down. Oh.
That's pre-vitamin D Haiku speaking.
You know what? You're right.
You haven't had your
Right.
vitamin D yet.
So this is the woodworking section. You can see this particular titles include in the woodworking section. Titles include wood filing taxes, wood writing mail, wood in meetings. Those are 3 little different books. The series.
Nice.
Called woodworking.
WOULD.
There's a lot of book titles that I've written here that are just joke names.
I love it.
Not surprising.
I love it.
I put maybe too much effort into writing joke names, and there was a moment where I thought I could probably just get ChatGPT to write some like joke names for me, and I was like, no, where's the artistry?
I'm going to do that.
Have they all been written by Edward Woodward?
Hmm.
Who is a real
No,
person?
there's a mystery.
Oh.
There's a mixture. Sorry, not mystery. The mixture. But surely enough, the librarian is still here.
Hello, excuse me.
This gentleman turns around to you, and he is kind of medium height. Would be described as perhaps rotund, round, and has very, very thick lenses in his glasses. Very, very thick glasses. He is a little bit kind of not full on hunchbacked, but a little bit leant over. Just from years of dedicated service, as he's been kind of pushing these trolleys around. He says, "Yes, dear."
My friend said there's usually a lot of people here. There seems to be not a lot of visitors. Is there a reason for that?
Yes. We're not taking guests at the moment.
Oh, why?
Well, we're just not. I'm not sure I can discuss it, I'll be honest. We're not taking guests at the moment, I'm afraid.
We're friends of Randall. Or
Oh,
friends.
what? Who are you? You remember that you're all in costume.
Oh shit.
I've never met
Some
Randall.
of- Some of you are in costume.
I always have a different hair color. One of my
Yeah.
dress is plain, but have I met this person before?
You may have seen him around when you were here previously.
Okay. Yeah, I was here with him once before. And we just need to check on a few things. Just
Oh, well, we're not taking any guests at the moment. No new guests. We wouldn't let them in the door, but somehow you are in here.
right, because I was here with Randall before and I'm allowed in.
Okay. You know, I'm not paid well enough to care. So I'll just say that we're not supposed to have new guests in. Perhaps you were an old guest.
I am an old guest. How long have you not been accepting new guests?
Well, since the incident that I won't be discussing. A few weeks.
Do you know where Albert's at?
I've not seen him today, but our routes don't often overlap, as I'm mostly putting books away and he's mostly... Well, he's taken on some new responsibilities recently.
That's exciting. What is he usually up to these days?
Oh, well, he has been taking some of my role. I'm just getting a little bit older, and it's harder to move the books around, so he's been helping out a little bit.
I'm glad he's helping.
I think he took some of the responsibilities of Master Cool. I mean, he took some responsibilities on that have recently been in need of distribution.
Is Master Kulf unable to do
I'm
his
so sorry. I do have to get back to work. Is there anything else I can help you with?
If you could just point me in the direction of where Albert would usually be, I'll go find him myself.
He may have a trolley like me. He could be anywhere really. You might find him. Well, it's almost lunchtime. You'll perhaps find him at the dining hall with them.
Good idea. Thank you so much.
Okay. And he kind of doodles off. That was librarian Joel.
Joel. We get a reasonable distance away, and I'm like, I don't like this.
Nope. Nope, nope, nope.
And what's happened to Master Kulf? That sounded sketchy.
Yeah, I wonder if we should just go straight there.
I think
I'm assuming that I went. Sorry, go ahead.
perhaps also think about how you knew Randall, because I thought you were undercover or disguised.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I was his cobbler.
It's true, actually. That's not even a lie.
It's not even a lie. Like they can't catch me on it because I was.
I'm his grandma.
Took me a second to realise what you meant. You were, yeah. No, you made him some slippers. You were a cobbler. You're his grandma.
What big shell you have.
The disguise self spell does not last all day.
What do you mean it doesn't last all day? I'm like Cinderella at the ball. What do you mean? What times they go out? You can't just say that.
I mean, it's a spell.
Yeah, well, I need time.
1 hour, funnily enough.
Well, I've got an hour left, or lasts for an hour?
It lasts for an hour. Let's say that you have an hour left. I'm nice.
Yeah, well, the thing
Nice
just
to some people.
I think it's funny
Some
because
people
Hilda
ask
didn't
for
mention that.
consequences.
Yeah, surely Hilda would have mentioned something.
Well, she said that you can use it as much as you like whilst you're at the circus, but it will have 1 charge per day when you're out.
That made it
Myself.
sound like you could pick 1 disguise per day,
Yeah,
especially to a
see.
person who's not familiar with that spell. So I love the idea.
I understand where the confusion is. I do apologize for it. It is casting the spell Disguise Self once for free every day, and that gives you the abilities for 1 hour to make yourself, including your clothing, armor, weapons, and other belongings, look different until the spell ends.
that's terrible news for me. I didn't realize.
You
If
can
it
seem you can seem 1 foot shorter or taller and appear heavier or lighter.
Well, I've
You must
broken a
adopt
few of
form
those
that has
rules.
the same basic arrangement of limbs that you have.
If it helps, Aura, I still have the scalp and some broken spectacles if you need to disguise yourself.
Perfect.
The gear that allows Oro to
Oh, and a
cast the
hat.
spell once per day is fake glasses with a fake nose and a fake mustache. So you
Yeah.
do still have that.
I
Yeah.
do have the hat of Ring of Boots detection as well, which is still a hat. My new role. Walking wardrobe.
Okay.
Not walk-in wardrobe, walking.
Oh, sorry. Walking. Okay, well, it is 10 o'clock, so maybe by the next time we play, I'll have an idea on what I actually want to do with my disguised self and how I want to get out of it.
Sure, no problem. All right, well, in that case, we'll leave it there, shall we? And we'll leave you with that. The books, once again, that are in the woodworking section. That's wood, filing taxes, wood, writing mail, and wood in meetings.
You can't do that in a meeting.
It's just so funny. I'm very happy with that joke.
Good.
Because the wood's working. It's doing stuff. It's filing its taxes.
It sounds like a comic strip.
Woodworking.
Just a wood doing relatable things.
Just a log.
Just a wood living its life. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, on that non-cliffhanger,
Non-cliffhanger, we just found out that something's wrong with Master Kuth.
Yeah.
Like, that's a cliffhanger.
I suppose that's a cliffhanger. Yeah, all right.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah, all right. Well, we'll figure out the mystery of what's going on here next time that we play. Fingers crossed that'll be next week, unless you guys have got any other commitments. We tend to try and play once a week. But if we can't, we're real human beings that have lives. And
Wait, I didn't realize that was.
Well,
That's awkward.
I'm a real human being.
Yes, so am I.
Wait, I have a D6 I need to use. Give me a roll
So do
before we
I.
finish.
Oh, yeah,
We can't finish playing yet. We have D6s to use.
Oh yeah.
Okay. What do you want
I want to check for large magical, like leftover residual magics from maybe a large magical event.
All right, roll me an Arcana check, or cast a detect magic spell.
I do have detect magic, but I'm not going to cast a spell. That seems rude.
All right. Oh wow, a whopping 2 for the Arcana check there.
Yeah, that makes it a 21. So you know.
No, there is no obvious. There are no telltale signs of a massive magical event. Like weird arcane, like fucking sigils floating in the sky, or
No
water
ear
going
popping as you
upwards.
walk in.
Yeah, none of that. Anyone else want to roll some rolls?
Magic is like ozone changes. Your ears pop.
Yeah.
I want to look around. I don't know if this is kind of the same thing, but I don't feel like it is. My instinct was to check for illusions again, because we've encountered illusions enough times at this point.
Yeah.
What is that, an intelligence roll?
Perception check.
Perception check. Oh, thank
Perception
goodness.
check.
Oops, didn't mean to roll. Hold on, let me add my d6. Hold on.
All right.
Whoa,
There
25.
are no
Wow.
illusions. Nothing
Okay.
around you appears to be other than what it appears
Yeah.
to be. Nothing is other than what it appears to be.
Everything is what it is.
Yeah. Anyone else rolling some dice? Oh yes, no, that's true. Oro is currently illusioned. That's true. That's completely accurate. Oro is an illusion.
Can I tell you, I had something prepared just in case you accidentally were like, I'm Oro, and introduced yourself. I was going to be like, Orola, Toyota Orola is their full name. And I thought of that while you were talking, and I was like, I can't wait. If that comes up, I'm prepared.
I'm sad that did not come up.
Yeah, I'm sad too. We can save it for next time.
Okay.
Yeah.
If I remember.
Any other rolls?
That's it for me. That used my d6.
I'm tempted to do a telepathic thing on this guy, but I don't know if it'll be a waste or not. I can't tell.
Especially when he was talking about like the thing he said he would not talk about. Like, surely that's floating up there.
Yeah. Go on, I'll use it.
You telepathically going to talk to him?
No, detect his thoughts.
Oh, you want to use detect thoughts? So this is a once per day cast that has a duration of 1 hour.
Wait, 1 hour? Not 1 minute?
Oh, sorry, it's 1 minute. Oh my god, I imagined an hour. So you want to use your detect thoughts on random librarian man?
No, I don't. No.
Not when you word it
Why
like
you put it like
that.
that? I don't want to do
You
that.
can't use your d6 on that anyway, because they make a wisdom save, not you.
True.
You could use it to subtract it from their wisdom save.
That's true. That's true.
Because I'm nice.
Grace, that's your first goblin in a trench coat?
Oh my gosh.
I am surprised by this.
Oh, congratulations. My god.
Oh.
My god.
Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. All right. Should we leave it there?
Yeah.
I didn't get a chance to use my d6.
No,
Oh,
I'll
no.
refresh.
It's the end of the
shucks.
stream.
Go cry to someone else.
I can't have nice things. Right. Go cry to someone else. Okay.
Wait, have you? Is it because you've changed your username and then your username's wrong in the
Oh.
spreadsheet? That's probably why.
That's what it is.
It.
I'll
Be
change
it.
it. I'll change it.
That'll be
And then
it.
it should update it.
Lovely.
Okay,
Lovely.
we're gonna raid someone.
Okay.
Oh, actually, we might have raided these before. They're in a circus, and I feel like we did raid these people who were in a circus. However, whenever, we'll see you next week, probably, I think. Or I'll see you on Monday or whatever. Thanks for hanging with us. Goodbye. See you later.
Bye, everyone. Woo.
Bye.
Bye.